San Francisco here this week before they hit the road to Denver. Milwaukee a 5.5 game lead in the Central as we come into the 4th of June, and here comes Coleman Crow for the first time ever pitching on the American Family Field mound. His first 3 starts as a major leaguer all came on the road. We are wrapping up the On Deck Show, built by Menards, first with a roof update, brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. We are open except for the part that covers right field. So I would say mostly open, and there's some sunlight in here today. Big Fish, with decades of experience providing roofing, siding, and windows. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how they are renovating homes and redeeming an industry. As Mr. Crow takes his warm-up tosses, we'll take a drive around the league and preview tonight's action in the Central, presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Well, the Cardinals and the Reds are off, but you've got games under the lights tonight in Houston and at Wrigley in the Central. It's the Pirates and the Astros in a rubber match at 7:10. Jared Jones and Kai-Wei Teng. Houston had a 6th-run 8th inning last night, 6 in the 8th, to come back and win 11-9. Meanwhile, the Cubs trying to avoid being swept by the A's at home. They'll have Shota on the mound. It has been a tough go. The Cubs, if they lose, they'll have been swept at Wrigley the last 3 series that they've played there. Fans, we're ready to roll with the game, which is brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Start your journey with confidence. We ride with you every mile. Visit Boucher.com. Brewers trying to win this set. It would be 3 consecutive series wins. And to call the action in the opening innings, here is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Casey Schmidt will lead this game off like he has all 4 games of this series. It'll be Coleman Crow getting his 4th start as a Brewer. As Josh just told you, his first appearance on the mound here at American Family Field. Crow's first pitch of this game is a fly ball deep left. Back on it is Churio at the track, at the wall. He reaches up, it hits the top of the wall, and it's out of here for Casey Schmidt. Well, Churio looked like he had it measured up. Got back there, tried to time his jump, couldn't get the glove to it, and it hit on the very top of the yellow padding and then bounced into the Brewers bullpen. And Schmidt has gone deep to open up this game. It is 1-0 San Francisco. Home run number 13 on the year for Casey Schmidt. And that's the way we get this game started. Pretty close from Jackson. I think he might have hit his glove on the way up as he was trying to jump, and that prevented him from getting the glove to the ball. Devers takes the ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch is outside, 2-0. Got underway on time at 1:10 today. It is warm today in Milwaukee. The sun is out. Few clouds in the sky. 2-0 pitch. This one's popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Rengifo giving it a look. He's got room. He'll make the catch 1 step away from the wall. And that's the first out of the inning. 83 degrees at first pitch here today at American Family Field. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbless. Premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at American Family Field and find Carbless right here inside the stadium. Carbless, less is more. So here's Luis Arraez. And the first pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Arraez hitting .322 on the year, 2 home runs. He's driven in 23. And Crow brings home the pitch, and this is a soft liner into left and down for a base hit. How many times has Luis Arraez collected a hit just like that? It was a cutter down the middle, and he didn't try to do too much with it, just served it into left for a single. And he's aboard with 1 out now as Willy Adames gets a nice ovation as he strolls to the plate for San Francisco. Adames 2 for 9 in this series. A home run. The 1 RBI. Crow kicks and delivers the first pitch. It's a swing and a miss at a cutter. And it's 0-1. For Crow, that was just the second home run he's surrendered this year. A 1 to Adames is over for a strike. Two-seam fastball that time from Crow at 92. And it's 0-2. Giants have grabbed an early lead. A leadoff home run from Casey Schmidt. And a toss to first. And back in time is Arise. And the very first pitch of this game. Schmidt barely got it out of here. It was the definition of a wall scraper. Can't even really call it that. It just hit the very top of the wall and then bounced out.
It's like 1 in 1,000.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball down and away. That was the big curveball from Coleman Crow. Ortho ASAP strikeout. Now there's 2 away for Jung-Hoo Lee. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Yeah, I think if Jackson doesn't kind of catch the glove on the way up as he got a little too close to the wall, he's got a shot to make that catch and rob the home run. Would have been a great play. Pitch to Jung-Hoo Lee is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
I mean, you could stand in the batter's box and take 1,000 swings and not hit a ball that lands right on the top of the yellow line.
Lee having a very good season. 11-game hitting streak coming into today, and a swing and a foul on a curveball that got a piece of his front foot. It rolled out to Crow, but it's a foul ball as it hit his foot in the box. And Lee in some pain here. No balls and 2 strikes. He's gone 4 for 9 in this series. He's driven in a run. How about this road trip for Jung-Hoo Lee? 15 for 24 on this road trip that San Francisco will continue down to Chicago at the conclusion of today's game. Crow out of the stretch, spins and throws to first, and Arise is back in time. Lee, a left-handed hitter. Crow looks in. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball. That one's chopped foul off the foot again. And Lee is hopping around in pain again. That can't be very much fun right now for him. I mean, 2 in a row. And I think I'd drop that curveball in on that back foot again if I'm Coleman Crow. Crow looking in. Thrown 12 pitches so far in the inning. The pitch. And a ground ball left side. That's going to sneak through and into left field for a base hit. Lee can barely run. I mean, he couldn't even get to the first base bag, essentially. He's there now, though, and he's taking off all of his gear, and he's going to stay in the game. But that was not the most comfortable sprint down the line to first for Jung-Hoo Lee on that ground ball. Oh, he got tripped up on his own bat. I mean, wasn't it bad for Jung-Hoo Lee? Everything that could happen happened, but he ended up with a base hit. So now first and second, and here's Bryce Eldridge. First pitch is swung on and fouled back behind home plate, 0-1. He threw the bat as he went to run up the first baseline, and then he got tangled in it again. You talk about 1 in 1,000. I don't know that you could do that again either. Never seen that before. The 0-1 to Eldridge. He is a liner into right center field, down for a base hit. Around third is Arise. He's going to score. On his way to third is Lee. He'll be held up there. And the Giants lead it 2-0. They've got runners on the corners with 2 away. And San Francisco having some early good swings against Coleman Crow here in this top of the first inning. That ball was hit pretty hard. A line drive into right center by Eldridge. So the solo home run, and now a little 2-out rally for San Francisco. Now here's Matt Chapman. Again, runners on the corners and 2 outs. Crow brings home the first pitch to Chapman, and that caught the outside edge with a cutter. It's 0-1.
I think there's going to be some runs available today, Lane, so you just want to minimize the damage here. Don't overreact.
Try to avoid the big inning if you can. stop the bleeding right now if you're Coleman Crow. The 0-1 to Chapman is lined foul and out of play down the right field line. He's ahead of him 0-2. And to Coleman's credit, he's continuing to attack and trying to work ahead in these counts. Talked to Pat Murphy before the game. He was encouraged by Robert Gasser. Good step in the right direction last night for the Brewers' left-handed youngster. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the net. We'll do it again at 0-2. Every Brewers pitcher is young, is inexperienced. But they're very talented. And that's how the Brewers have been able to really get a lot out of this group to this juncture in the season. Game number 60 here this afternoon. The 0-2 pitch to Chapman. Curveball, ground ball, third base side foul. And we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes. They are doing a good job of spoiling that curveball. That is a swing and miss pitch for Crow. And the Giants are doing a good job fouling that pitch off and battling within the count. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Curveball hammered into left. That's down for a base hit. Trotting home is Lee. Eldridge trying to go first to third. The throw is going to go to second, and in there sliding is Chapman. It is an RBI double, and it's 3-0 San Francisco. Eldridge was not running all that hard going first to third. Jackson might have had a better play if he tried to throw to third and get the lead runner. But instead the throw went to second, and Chapman was hustling and able to get into the bag before the throw. And now Chris Hook is on his way out for a chat with Coleman Crow here. It is a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Become a legend. So that's 3 straight hits, and 4 out of the last 5 Giants have collected a hit against Crow, and he's given up 5 hits in the inning. Again, you get out of this and you've only given up 3. That's almost a minor win considering the traffic that he's dealt with so far in this inning. He's going to have to get a former Brewer and Eric Haas here. A lot of former Brewers involved in today's game. Willie Adames, Eric Haas, and then of course the starting pitcher Adrian Hauser today for San Francisco. Second and third for the Giants and 2 outs. The first pitch to Haas, a curveball missed down and away. And it's 1-0. 20 pitch inning so far for Crow. They've been fairly aggressive early against him. This is the 8th batter of the inning. Crow's 1-0 pitch. Curveball missed outside. It goes to 2 balls and no strikes. The center fielder Drew Gilbert, left-handed hitter, is in the on-deck circle for San Fran. 2 balls and no strikes on Haas. Crow's pitch missed down and away with a cutter, and it goes to 3-0. So 1 more out of the zone, and he'll load them up for Gilbert here. Has been a rocky beginning to this game for the Brewers' right-handed pitcher. 3-0 pitch way outside, and he walked him on 4 pitches. So now they are loaded, and Drew Gilbert will be the batter. Well, you felt like give up the solo home run to start up the game, and okay, no big deal. Wipe your hands clean of it. We've seen it many times where that has happened and the starting pitcher settles in from there. But this third out has been a tough one for Crow to get. Pitch missed inside to Gilbert. It's 1-0. And now he's lost the strike zone a little bit, which is not something we've seen much of from Coleman Crow. Had walked just 3 batters in his previous 3 starts. 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Gilbert's helmet flew off as he went after that fastball at 92. And Gilbert kind of shaking his head, and looks like he's trying to fire himself up a little bit as he goes and grabs the helmet and puts it back on after he got beat with that fastball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Crow out of the stretch, the pitch, and a chopper on the right side. Big hop for Terang, fields and throws to first in time. Gilbert's helmet came off again about 2 steps out of the box. He might need to get a smaller size. Crow gives up 3 runs in the top of the first. Brewers coming to the plate for the.
Looking for the best team in the American League? you got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a big swing and miss. He's got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's going to go. Home run, Caminero.
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those three have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Start your search today at AmatoAuto.com. Amato, driven to make you happy.
The first inning is brought to you by Lakeland University. A leader in evening and online education, Lakeland University offers flexibility designed for working adults. Earn a degree your way.
3-0 San Francisco before the Brewers have come to the plate here in the bottom of the first. Christian Yelich to lead things off against former Brewer Adrian Hauser. 11 starts this year, 2-5 with a 5.59 ERA for the right-hander. First pitch to Yelich in there for a strike. It is 0-1. A quick trip around the bases presented by Giant Snacks today. Giant sunflower seeds, other Giant snacks. You can get them at your neighborhood quick trip. Pitch missed inside to Yelich. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Haley Schroeder of Eagle River is our contestant today. Hauser out of the stretch here. Brings home the 1-1 pitch. And Yelich a fly ball to left. Hit well. Going back is Schmidt at the track, at the wall. He jumps up and made the catch. Maybe 2 steps shy of the wall. It looked like maybe Yelich had backspun that one and it had a shot, but the ballpark held it. On a day when you'd feel like the ball would fly out to left. And there's one away. That'll get Jackson Chourio to the plate. Yeah, if the Brewers score in the first inning, Haley will win a $100 Quick Trip gift card, compliments of Giant Snacks and Quick Trip. 1 down and nobody on for Chourio. 291 average, 2 home runs, 12 driven in. First pitch to him is outside. It's 1-0. Brewers in the home creams today. Giants in the road grays with the black caps. 1-0 to Chourio. Is in there for a strike. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hauser debuted in 2015 with the Brewers. Did not pitch again in the big leagues until 2018. 1-1 is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. There were some injuries in there, but the 15 appearance was just 2 starts, kind of a cup of coffee as a September call-up in 2015. That was the year he was acquired by the Brewers in that Carlos Gomez Mike Fiers trade. Here's a broken back ground ball, but foul up the first base line. And it's 2-2 on Chourio. He's got to get some new lumber. That is one of the more consequential trades in Brewers history. Carlos Gomez, Mike Fiers to the Astros. Adrian Hauser, Josh Hader, Brett Phillips, Domingo Santana to the Brewers. And remember, that's a trade that almost wasn't, because shortly before that, Carlos Gomez had been agreed to be traded to the New York Mets, but the deal fell through. 2-2 pitch, missed outside, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hauser bounced around from the rotation to the bullpen at times over the course of his career with the Brewers. Mainly in the rotation, though. 3-2. And a swing and a foul off the gear of Haas. And Churio stays alive. Edwin Jimenez calls the balls and strikes today. Ramon De Jesus at first base, Paul Clemens at second base, and the crew chief Quinn Walcott, he is at third. Hauser spent the 1 year in New York in 24. And then last year with the White Sox, and then traded at the deadline to the Rays. Down and away, and Churio works the walk. Well, that's a good at bat from Jackson Churio. We're seeing more and more of that from him these days. It's a very mature at bat from Jackson. And he gets on board in front of Bryce Terang. Walks presented by Ortho ASAP. When pain can't wait, walk right into Ortho ASAP. Same day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. So here's Terang. He's 5 for 10 of the series, and he takes inside. It's 1-0. He's driven in 4 in this series. 7 home runs on the year, 35 driven in, an average of 275 for Bryce. Has a hit in all 3 games of this series as well. The 1-0 pitch is over but low with a 2-seam fastball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Churio at first with 1 away. Brewers trailing early on, 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Hauser's 2-0 pitch and a check swing foul back behind home plate. It's 2-1. Terang just got a piece of that one. Contreras is in the on deck circle for Milwaukee. They're going to play from behind here this afternoon. Hauser, the 2-1. Inside, it goes to 3-1. A lot of sinkers from Adrian Hauser. Change up, he'll flip a curveball in there. He'll work a 4-seamer in there as well. Gets a lot of ground balls typically. He's been tough on righties over the course of his career. 3-1 is in there for a strike at the very bottom of the zone, and the count is full. It's 3-2. He has been somewhat susceptible to left-handed hitting, but when he's spotting that sinker, he can run that in on right-handers, and he generates a lot of ground balls. 3-2 pitch. There goes the runner. It's a ground ball left side. Changing direction to go back and get it is Adames. The throw is low and not dug out by Devers, so Terang is safe at first, and Churio hustles to third. Boy, by starting the runner, Adames was breaking to second base. The ball was hit behind him, so he had to put the brakes on, go back and get it. He did a nice job of changing direction in a hurry, but the throw was low, and Devers didn't dig it out of there. And so the Brewers have him on the corners now for Contreras with just the 1 out. Devers probably should have picked that ball. It's an E6 on Willie Adames. And here is the cleanup hitter, William Contreras. First pitch is a fly ball right field. This is playable for Lee, moving towards the line and jumps up and makes the catch in foul territory. Tagging at third and down the line and scoring is Churio. And the Brewers are on the board. It is 3-1 San Francisco. Now you'll take that, just at least get one of those runs back. That feels like a big deal for the Brewers, not to allow Hauser to come out and just settle into this thing right away. So it'll be a sac fly for Contreras. As we told you, he's hitting cleanup. Located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Here's Jake Bauers. Terang at first, 2 outs. And Bauers takes a curveball for a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. RBI number 37 on the year for Contreras. A 1 to Jake. That is right through there with a 2-seam fastball at 94, and it's 0-2. Told you how the lefties have had more success against Hauser over the course of time. Brewers loaded up a lot of lefties in that lineup against him today. Bauers being one of them. 0-2 pitch. That missed. Oh, a called third strike, but Bauers is going to challenge.
Officials call a strike, the body challenging.
I think he's going to win it. It's really close. Looks like it's outside, and it is.
purpose of return, Milwaukee has 2 challenges remaining.
Challenge brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They don't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jake Bowers. Bowers getting a little bit more confident with that ABS. The pitch, that missed outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one didn't miss by much. It was a changeup, maybe a little bit high. And the count back to even at 2-2. Terang at first, being held on by Devers. The 2-2 pitch is down and away. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the Brewers have made Hauser throw a lot of pitches in this inning. That was the 22nd pitch of the inning for Hauser. Brewers doing Brewers things at the plate here in the bottom of the first. Good approach against their former teammate. Bowers climbs back into the box. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Hauser kicks, delivers. There goes the runner. Pitch is down and in. It's ball 4 to Jake Bowers. What a great challenge again by Bowers. It was a called 3rd strike. He challenged. Ends up getting back into the count and drawing a walk before it's all said and done. Another ortho ASAP walk, and now here's Garrett Mitchell. And now all of a sudden with 1 swing you could have the lead if you're the Brewers after all of that from the Giants in the top of the first. It is 3-1 San Francisco. Hauser looks at second, brings home the first pitch, and that miss, caught the outside corner. Garrett not so sure about it, but he won't challenge. And he was right not to. That one just caught the outside edge. Very similar spot to the one Bowers won the overturn with. Bowers just a little bit wide of where that one landed. The 0-1. That is in there for a strike at the knees. Good pitch from Hauser there. A sinker at 95, and it caught the low inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes on Mitchell. 2 for 5 in the series, hitting .235 on the year. 3 home runs, driven in 28. 0-2 pitch. That's high, and it's 1-2. Giants defensively, Schmidt in left, Gilbert in center, Lee is in right. Chapman, the third baseman, Adames at short, Arise at second. Devers at first, and Haas does the catching. The 1-2 pitch to Mitchell. And a swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup, and the inning is over. Brewers got a run. They strand a pair. We go to the second inning. It is 3-1 San Francisco on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The 2-2 tipped into the glove, hung on to by Wells, and Cole has fanned Witt 2 down.
Well, I really like the free-flowing delivery from the windup from Garrett Cole. He looks so smooth, right? Everything's flowing, under control. And then right at the end, some zip on that fastball by a really good fastball hitter.
Swing and a miss on another changeup.
To finish him off, fastball in previously, changeup fading away. So from 96 to 86, we've seen knuckle curves down in the low 80s. We've seen sliders in the mid to upper 80s.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, chasing a slider. The 1-2-3 fourth for Cole. He has already struck out 7. 8 pitches he needed in the 4th. Yeah. Not there. Strikeout number 9 for Garrett Cole. He is absolutely shoving through 5 innings.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Three to 1 San Francisco as we head to the second inning here at American Family Field. Coleman Crow It took him 27 pitches to get through the first inning. He faces the top of the order again. Casey Schmidt, who homered against him on the first pitch of the game, takes a cutter up high. It's 1-0. I think it was important, though, Josh, that the Brewers got a run back in the bottom of the first, not to put up a 0 there. That pitch fills up the zone with a cutter, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Just mentally important to put something on the board and cut that deficit down a little bit. Feels like it could be a long afternoon at the ballpark. 1-1's a ground ball left side. Played on the forehand by Rengifo. Collects himself and fires across in time to take care of Schmidt. And there's one away here in the second inning.
I think equally as important is for Coleman Crowe to try to settle in and get a scoreless second inning now. He's got this tough part of the order to navigate.
Keep it right where it is, and I think just let this offense go to work over the course of this game here. A lot of game left if you're the Brewers, but got to get some zeros from your pitching as the pitch missed outside to Rafi Devers. 1 ball and no strikes. Devers popped up in foul territory back in the first. That pitch just missed outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Devers. Devers 0 for 12 in this series. 2-0 pitch is a strike on the inside edge. It's 2-1. He was red hot. Had a huge month of May coming into this series, but the Brewers, like they often do, have pitched him very well over the 3+ games. This one's rolled foul over near the Brewers on deck circle. It's 2-2. Think about how they pitched Yordan Alvarez down in Houston. I mean, the Brewers just do a good job. I don't know that this is what they actually do, but it feels like they circle guys on the lineup card and say, he won't beat us, and here's how we're going to beat him. 2-2 pitch. Curveball missed outside, and the count is full at 3-2. Brewers, I think, probably do about as good a job as anybody at executing game plans on the mound and behind the plate. 3-2 pitch. Curveball line down the right field line and foul. Do it again at 3-2. Curveball down below the zone, and Devers, he has so much extension. He can get to so many pitches off the plate or out of the zone. Covers a lot of the plate, does Rafael Devers. Left-handed hitter with a lot of power. Big open stance. Crow's 3-2 pitch. And a curveball is rolled foul again up the first base line. Do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good battle going on here between Crowe and Devers. This will be the 8th pitch of the sequence. And a liner into a diving catch made by Rengifo. Hard hit line drive. Rengifo took 1 step and dove to his left and found it in his glove. Boy, he's made some nice defensive plays the last couple of nights over there at the hot corner, and that is the epitome of hot corner. 107 off the bat, right into Rengifo's glove. 2 down now for Luis Arraez. This inning is being brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Game day mess, we've got it covered. From first pitch to final inning, keep your ride looking major league clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash. First pitch to Arraez, ground ball to first. Big hop for Bowers. He'll run to the bag himself and retire Arraez. And how about that for Coleman Crowe? A 1-2-3 top of the second inning. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Austin Slater swings and misses at a slurve that hit him, and he is down on strikes. That's marginally embarrassing.
We got a ferry boat upside down. Let's go shoe on ferry boat.
I love it.
With the collector cup. Raising the bar for all of us.
Oh, we got a barbecue out on a kayak? That's outstanding.
Stretching over the tarp. That's great. Umpire comes in, no catch, no catch. Caminero's like, sure I did. See?
See, Nunez going to push one right side. Sanchez flips it to the bag and hits the umpire. Nunez now going to
try for second, and he's dead meat.
What a wild turn of events there. That's going to be it. It's going to be an out on Nasim Nunez on one of the wilder plays you will see.
Right back, and it is caught. No, it's in his shirt. Logan Gilbert wore that one. That was something that you will not see again.
Sal Frelick leads off the bottom of the second inning for Milwaukee. It's a 3-1 Giants lead. Adrian Hauser threw 27 pitches in the first. Back out there for the second inning, and the first pitch to Frelick missed outside. It's 1-0. Both starting pitchers threw 27 pitches in their first inning of work. Crow and Hauser. Crow gave up 3 runs. Hauser gave up 1 as Frelick takes a strike at the bottom of the strike zone. Fastball at 95. And it's 1-1. Hauser started some big games over the years for the Brewers. Pitched in a lot of big games. 1-1. Breaking ball missed in with that slider. And it's 2-1. Two-one pitch is in there for a strike at the knees. It is 2-2 on Sal Frelick. Frelick's had a good series. He's gone 4 for 10 of the series. Average is up to 224, 3 home runs, and he's driven in 19 on the season. 2-2 pitch is a strike 3. Called on the inner half with a sinker at 94. I think it just worked its way back and barely clipped the inside edge. I think if Frelick challenges that, it's still a strikeout, but it's about as razor thin of a margin as you could possibly imagine. Second strikeout for Hauser, and now here's Luis Rengifo. It's the bottom third of the order for the Brewers here in this second. 7, 8, and 9. Hauser's pitch is in there for strike 1. Rengifo, a couple of hits in this series, 2 for 8 with an RBI. He's made some really nice plays defensively over there at third. A 1 pitch is swung on and fouled back into the net. Stays at 0-2. Take things up a notch with Pine River's Kickin' Dill Pickle Cheese Spread. A bold and tangy twist from Wisconsin's favorite, Pine River. Who doesn't love that? 0-2 pitch to Rengifo. And a ground ball. One hops the glove of Chapman over at third. Has plenty of time to show off the arm and throw to first. Rengifo says safe. He wasn't. He was out by probably a step. And they're 2 away for David Hamilton. Yeah, you know what else you could do with that? You could put that Kickin' Dill Pickle Cheese Spread on a Usinger brat or any one of the Usinger sausages that you wanted to try that with. And after a little sausage, go for the heavier stuff like ice cream from Cedar Crest. Hamilton squaring to bunt, pulls the bat back and took low for a ball. It's 1-0. Cold, creamy, always delicious. Creamy Cedar Crest ice cream and custard. Oof. Good day for that today. 1-0 pitch to Hamilton. Down and in, 2 balls and 1 strike. We were talking to our wonderful friend Judy Euchre last night, Josh. 2-0 pitch. He is right through there for a strike, 2-1, and she told us, "You guys make me hungry when I listen to the games because you're always talking about great food."
She said, "I'm trying to eat healthy and you're not helping."
2-1 is a little low. 3 balls and 1 strike on Hamilton. Always great to hear from Judy. We love Judy. So we can't do much about it. These are great people that help make these broadcasts possible. The 3-1 is in there for a strike, and it's 3-2 on Hamilton.
Look, just don't count the calories that we advertise. Just listen and, you know.
Guilt-free. It doesn't count if it's associated with baseball. It doesn't count. 3-2 pitch. This is a fly ball to left. It's going to push back Schmidt a few steps. Circling underneath of it makes the catch. And the Brewers go down in order in the bottom of the second inning. We go to the third. It's 3-1 San Francisco on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You can tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
Crochet goes down awkwardly on the mound.
He caught the ball in the hat. So whose ball is it? It's a good question. I'm going to have to ask that lady from Philly.
Meanwhile, out in the Cove, he's going to sort of check and see what the score is.
I saw Rizzo jersey trying to make the play on it. Could it be? Oh, Rizzo, he had it. He literally hit it right to him.
That's why I'm retired, is what he just said.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
We go to the third inning here at American Family Field. It's a 3-1 Giants lead, and with the play-by-play, here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you very much, Lane. What a gorgeous day. Feeling like summer with temperatures in the 80s. Willie Adames to greet Coleman Crow, and the first pitch is outside corner. Just barely so. 90 miles an hour on the two-seamer, 0-1. Giants got to Coleman in the first. 3 runs, 5 hits. The 0-1. Down and away that time on his cutter. Willie struck out, though. It's the only strikeout that Crow owns through the first couple of innings. Coleman did get a 1-2-3 second. Working for the windup, the 1-1. Adames swing and a miss. Big rip and a cutter. It was in there, but he couldn't touch it, so it's 1-2. Willie uses his timeout. He'll be followed by Jung-Hoo Lee and then Bryce Eldridge. Anybody's ball game here. 3-1 San Fran. Long way to go on this Thursday. And now the 1-2. Here's the big curveball that bent down and away for ball 2. This is the end of the first 4-game series the Brewers have played all year. Try to win 3 out of 4. The 2-2. Willie took way outside. Breaking ball, and it's full count. Big pitch coming up here to begin the third. 3-2. Here it is. Fly ball hit to right. Backing up is Frelick onto the warning track at the wall. It is off the top of the fence. Karams back towards center and picked up by Garrett Mitchell. Willie Adames missed another home run here by only a foot or so. Maybe not even that. It's a double to the opposite field against Coleman Crow. Willie loves to hit in this ballpark. Second extra base hit that he's collected in this series. That ball hit right in the slanted part of the right field fence.
This is a crew chief view of the ball in play.
They're going to take a look at it. That's the crew chief, Quinn Wolcott, making the announcement. The umpire is on a home run or not. Ball that's close to the yellow. They can take a look. I don't think it got out. But they're going to review it. Again, there's that slanted part of the right field wall where the bullpen begins. Yeah, the ball hit maybe half a foot below the yellow line. This shouldn't take very long. So it's going to be a double for Adames, and the Giants already up 3-1 with a great chance to increase it. Here's the announcement.
After review, the call on the field's confirmed. Ball's live and in play.
All reviews are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They don't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today. So Jung-Hoo Lee, who singled back in the first on a 2-strike pitch, will come up. Runner at second, nobody out. And he takes the curveball in at the knees for strike one. Giants out hitting the Brewers 6-1. Brewers have a hit thanks to a scoring change. Bryce Terang's ball that was originally ruled an E6, now an infield single. Here's a ball rocketed into the right field corner for another extra base hit. One hops the fence. Scoring from second is Adames, and Jung-Hoo Lee sprinting into second. He'll put on the brakes there with an RBI double, and it's 4-1 Giants. Jung-Hoo Lee is 6 for 11 this series. They cannot get him out. That ball was smacked 100 miles an hour off the right field warning track in the corner. Frelick had no chance to catch it, just had to wait to play the carom. This is the part of the order that did most of the damage in that 3-run first inning. And here's Bryce Eldridge, who ripped an RBI single in that rally. Still nobody out. And the pitch is up and away, ball one. And the Brewers starting to get some stirring in the bullpen. You want to stay within striking distance, as we've talked about. Feels like there could be quite a bit of offense available today. 1-0 pitch, Eldridge took outside corner with a fastball. 91 on the gun. 1-1.
Here's D.L. Hall and Jake Woodford starting to move around. Neither throwing yet.
Eldridge has also had a big series. 4 for 9. Big left-handed hitter in the 1-1. Curveball just missed. Little in tight. 2-1. 4 of the 7 hits for the Giants are extra base hits, so they're doing damage. Lee at second in the 2-1. Eldridge takes a strike with the curveball. Perfectly placed outer third, and it's 2-2. You were talking about it when he batted back in the first. Jung-Hoo Lee right now is one of the hottest hitters in baseball. He's at second. The 2-2 to Eldridge is fouled down the left field line and slicing into the seats. Third innings brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going across town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill-up along the way, like 3 cents off every gallon every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Nobody out in the third, and the 2-2 again. Outside. Missed with a cutter. He tried to come through the back door, but didn't quite get there, and so it's full count.
I've been really impressed with this guy, too. Eldridge has looked the part in this series, in my opinion. Complete hitter. It's not just about power with him, and I kind of thought it would be.
3-2 pitch misses outside. That was the curveball, and so it's ball 4, and the first 3 have reached. That's the second walk of the outing by Coleman Crowe, so he was ahead of Eldridge, but he loses him. 2 on, nobody out. 4-1 Giants, and Matt Chapman coming up. First, Chris Hook coming out. A visit with Coleman for a second time today. It's Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. Speaking of Potawatomi, heading to a Brewers game, Potawatomi Sportsbook will get you here. Make any purchase or same-day bet for a shuttle wristband. Space is limited. Visit Potawatomi.com for details. D.L. Hall is the first one to start playing catch in that Brewers bullpen. So Chapman had an RBI double back that wrapped up the run scoring in the 3-run first. Just his second hit of the series in 10 at-bats. The other was a 2-run home run. 2 on and nobody out. Chris Hook back to the dugout. The pitch to Chapman. Breaking ball landed on the inside corner for a strike. This Giants offense for the last month or so has been pretty prolific, even though they don't have a very good record. 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. At the beginning of the year, they were losing because they weren't hitting.
Right.
Then in May, they were losing because they weren't pitching. If they sync those things up, you never know what could happen with the rest of their season. They've got a lot of talent. Leading 4-1, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good cutter, and it's 1-2. And I think one of the big guys they need to get going is this man, Matt Chapman.
Remember they opened with the Yankees in San Francisco to start the year, and it felt like scoring a run was a big ask.
Oh, yeah.
In that series.
They didn't.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Fly foul into the seats on the first base side. Loge level. They're standing up and waiting. Someone gets a souvenir. The Giants right now have the second worst record in the National League, and they're tied for the third worst record in all of the majors. And that is not what was expected of this club coming into the year. Crow with a 1-2 again. Fisted foul. The pitch in on the hands. He hits back into the screen to stay alive. Pat Murphy said to you in the manager show today that they're built for the postseason.
You look at the names on the roster, and it certainly would lead you to believe that. A lot of household names making up this team.
1-2, grounded foul on a curveball. So we'll see a seventh pitch coming up to Matt Chapman.
Devers, Arise, Chapman, Adames, just to name a few in that position player group.
And Logan Webb's a pretty good man to head the rotation. 2 on, nobody out. 4-1 Giants in the third. 1-2 again. Foul back again. That time a challenge fastball from Coleman Crow. So it's going to be at least 8 pitches to Chapman after the first 3 batters in the inning have reached base. What does he have to try to put Chapman away? Infield at double play depth. Love a ground ball. 1-2 again. Grounded back through the middle and into center field. Base hit, rounding third and scoring is Jung-Hoo Lee. Stopping at second is Eldridge. Chapman has his second RBI hit of the game, and that came on the 8th pitch he saw. The Giants pouring it on. It's 5-1 in the third as the first 4 batters of the inning have reached base. Great at bat there by Matt Chapman. Kept fouling off 2-strike pitch after 2-strike pitch, and finally was able to put his bat to get one in play on a sweeper that was not in the strike zone. So Chapman with 2 great at bats today against Crow. Giants lead by 4 for the first time, and here's the catcher Eric Haas swinging and missing. This inning's gone double, walk, single. First and second, still nobody out. Haas walked back in the first. The 0-1 pitch, outside corner, perfectly placed sinker, nothing in 2. And Eric asks for his timeouts. Brewers starting rotation, whoever it's been, and there have been a lot of different names, they've seemingly all done a great job. Very few outings like this. 0-2 pitches outside on Haas, 1-2. This is really the first time in the now 4 major league starts for Coleman Crow that the youngster has been hit hard like this. Had that game in Houston last week where there was a defensive miscue that skewed the final line a bit. 5-1 Giants in the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. There's the curveball from Crow, and he strikes out Haas. There's a big first out of the inning. And it brings up Drew Gilbert. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Brewers Radio Network. Enjoying a beautiful afternoon at American Family Field. Along with Lane Grindle and Ken Sommerfeld, I'm Josh Maurer. The Brewers trailing 5-1 in the third inning to the Giants, and strike 1 to Drew Gilbert from Coleman Crow. With now Eldridge at second and Chapman at first. Couple of runs in here in the third. Gilbert grounded out with the bases loaded in the first. The 0-1 pitch is outside. Brewers starting rotation, they've had the injuries that they've dealt with. Haven't had Quinn Priester at all this year. Brandon Woodruff's been out for a month plus. And Logan Henderson now out for at least a month. The 1-1 swing and a miss. The cutter out away from Gilbert, batting left-handed. It is 1-2. But they've called on different names, like Crow, who wasn't probably in the plans to get 4 starts in the big leagues this early. Robert Gasser has helped. Shane Drowan now in the rotation. I mean, these are different guys, but everybody's been able to step up and get the Brewers to where they are. Pitching's been a huge reason. Now the 1-2. Gilbert pokes it into left for a base hit. Stopping at third is Eldridge as Churio gets to it quickly on a hop. Opposite field single for Gilbert. And they're loaded with 1 out, and that's going to be it for Crow. That was a nice piece of hitting. Gilbert just reached out and poked one to the opposite field. So 5 of the 6 to come up in the inning have reached, and Pat Murphy's going to bring in D.L. Hall to face Casey Schmidt with the bases loaded. Murph hoping that this game doesn't get completely out of hand. We've got a pitching change brought to you by Iron Workers Local 8.
On the ground left side, Cora. 2 hopper stumbles and the throw into the artificial surface.
Well, one of those embarrassing moments that all players have. Everything's normal to this point, everything's normal here, and now it becomes abnormal.
And look, he's suppressing a smile. Yeah. Come on now. He knows that's funny.
So the museum opens in 1999. Grandpa was just an amazing human being, and we want to share his legacy with the next generation of baseball fans and non-baseball fans alike. I kind of like to have the cards as a reminder, like I can kind of look at his face and see what he looked like that year. It just kind of helps me visualize in my mind what it would have been like to see him play, because I didn't get that chance.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Operating engineers. If you are ready to step up to a job where you can earn more without college debt and operate equipment like cranes, excavators, bulldozers, and drones, you're ready to join the team of Wisconsin operating engineers today at join139.com.
D.L. Hall called in at a big spot here in the third. Bases loaded with Giants, who already lead this game 4-1. 5-1, beg your pardon. 5-1 in the third inning, and Casey Schmidt coming up. Eldridge at third, Chapman second, and Gilbert at first. And Schmidt homered against Coleman Crow on the first pitch of the ball game. He's 1 for 2. The left-hander Hall's ready to go, and the pitch is fouled off. He took a cut. Got a curveball there, hit it into the netting above the Brewers dugout. Crow goes 2 1/3, so he recorded 7 outs and gave up 11 base runners. 9 hits, 2 walks. 0-1. Flied into right, deep enough to get the 6th run home. Frelick is camped underneath it, about 3 or 4 steps in front of the track. He'll make the catch. Eldridge tags and scores. Over to third base goes Chapman. Casey Schmidt with a deep sac fly to right. 6-1 Giants. They've had a pair of 3-run innings today. Got it airborne and got the job done, did Casey Schmidt. His second RBI of the afternoon greets D.L. Hall. Was hoping to get a ground ball potentially there. But Schmidt, nice job. Now they're still in the corners with 2 out. So at least 6 runs, all earned on the docket of Crow, who threw 70 pitches. And Rafael Devers trying to add on. Here's the pitch. Knee high, pumped in 97. Great fastball velocity from DL for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Another fastball. Devers takes those massive cuts. It was 96. Kind of tied him up a bit. It's 0-2 on Devers. who hit it to Rengifo twice and was out twice in the first 2 innings. He's 0 for 2. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, blew him away. 97 on the radar gun from D.L. Hall, some of his best velo in a couple of years. Fourth ASAP strikeout. Don't strike out. Get back to the active life.
A youngster from New York and well represented in the stands tonight. Oh, if he gets a base hit here, it'll be first hit in the big leagues. And look at this, a extra base hit. First major league base hit for Ramirez, and he thinks it's a home run. Look at this. He thinks it's a home run. He thinks the ball went out, and he is going to take a ribbing for that.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Future. And when you join Local 8, you become part of a brotherhood that cares about our members, their families, and the communities we serve. Visit IWL8.org. That's IWL8.org.
Tri-City National Bank is proud to support your hometown team, and our bankers can help you achieve your financial dream. Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Well, the Brewers are going to have to start trying to chip away against Adrian Hauser, their old teammates. They trail now by 5 runs as they bat in the bottom of the third. 6-1 San Francisco. But the top of the order coming up for the home squad, beginning with Christian Yelich, who took ball 1. Now takes a strike on the inside corner with that Adrian Hauser sinker that we know oh so well.
The pitch was called a strike. The batter challenging.
How about that? From Yelich, a challenge. He's going to win it. That was inside. Edwin Jimenez, the umpire, missed it.
The call is overturned, and Milwaukee have 2 challenges remaining.
Brewers have won a couple of batter-initiated challenges already today. Remember, Jake Bauers won one earlier. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So it is 2-0. Now the pitch. Outside, 3-0.
Yelich challenged that pitch, and then Pat Murphy challenged Edwin Jimenez not to get any more wrong. He was barking at him pretty good after that one.
Hauser wind up 3-0. Down the middle, knee high. 3-1. Yelich hit one deep to left his first time, and Casey Schmidt made a heck of a catch over his shoulder on the warning track in the sunlight. It's a tough left field on these day games. 3-1 coming. Ground ball to second. Right at Luis Ariz. Easy as they come. Fields, throws, and Yelich is out. The thing we remember about Hauser, he's a ground ball machine when it's going well. Use that heavy sinker, you'll have the infielders be busy. And he's only given up 1 infield single thus far. He's pitching well. Jackson Chourio coming up. He walked and scored the lone run for the Brewers back in the first. An unearned run. First pitch right in at the knees, 0-1. Carbless is a proud partner of the Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or your local retailer. Carbless lists more. Hauser with an 0-1 to Chourio outside on a breaking ball. When the game is on the line, the Brewers rely on their elite bullpen. When your oral health is on the line, rely on a WDA member dentist. To find a WDA dentist near you, go to WDA.org. 1-1 pitch is in at the knees. It's that sinker, 96 on the gun. 1-2. Hauser with a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Went to the four-seamer. 97 extra velo there, and that is the third strikeout for Adrian Hauser. Doing what your coaches would always want you to do when you are given a big lead. Just attack. 2 out for Terang, who does have the only hit of the game. It was a scoring change. First, his ground ball to Adames was ruled a straight error, then changed to an infield single. A low throw by Willie, but he was on the run. It was an off-balance throw. That's, I think, the reason for the change. He takes a strike. Willie did still get an error because the other runner advanced an extra base. In the 0-1. Breaking ball, strike 2. A slider low inside corner. 2 out, nobody on, and the Giants 6-1 here in the bottom of the third. Baseball's such a funny game. Looked like the Brewers couldn't lose the first 2 days here of this series. 0-2 pitch, got him looking. Right on the outside corner. Bryce knew it, flips the bat in frustration. And Hauser with a very impressive 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts. Brewers dominated Monday and Tuesday. Then the Giants had that 1-0 win last night. And
Beatty, great barehand pickup, and Vieto stays on the bag. Onto the track. Leach makes the catch. He slammed into the wall and held on.
To the wall, he reaches up, and he caught it! He caught it!
Up the middle, headed towards center. Picked by Wynn, who throws low. Picked by Burleson.
The ball goes short. Hamilton diving, gets up, throws. Bowers with a scoop on the other end.
Take a little bit of your own medicine, Mason Wynn.
Robles over, goes to a dive, and makes a tremendous catch.
Robles is able to make another highlight reel catch. Crawford's on the run.
To the wall, he leaps and he made the catch. He slams into the wall.
They're going to send Mancy home. Here's the throw. Oh, baby, what a cannon. Oh, Dale Cruz. Oh, he spears it out of the sky.
This is on the ground up the middle. Sliding play, Tovar. First.
Bounce to the right side. Freeland playing it. The foot race to the down. He's got there.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that, it was that moment where we're like, wow, this is really something.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
DL Hall back to work. Came in, faced a couple of batters, and got them each out in the third. 6-1 Giants, all 6 runs charged to Coleman Crowe. In the middle of the San Francisco order coming up against the left-hander here in the fourth. Arise, Adames, and Lee. Luis Arise, lefty-lefty, looks at strike 1. Here's a safe driving tip from Schneider and their professional truck drivers. They remind you, put your phone away while driving. Your full attention can save lives. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good slider from DL Hall, and it's 0-2. Arise singled and grounded out against Coleman Crowe, and the 0-2 pitch is way outside. DL, what he's been doing is going multiple innings. When he comes in, the last 4 appearances, he went more than an inning. Give you some length, one of those options for Pat Murphy in the bullpen. 1-2 pitches down and away, it's 2-2.
You were talking earlier about all these different names the Brewers have had to call upon. You kind of start to take it for granted that they can just sprinkle pixie dust on anybody.
2-2, line to third and caught. Pretty much right at Rengifo. Reached out to the backhand and snagged it. And that's out number 1. He's retired 3 straight, has DL.
The success rate has been so high for them to take guys within the organization and get the most out of them. And they've done that, frankly, with Coleman Crowe as well. Just kind of runs into a tough spot today. Just so few days like this where they don't get a good effort.
Adames, a deep fly ball to right, but playable. Right at the edge of the warning track is Frelick, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. An opposite field bid by Willie. Just a little shy of that track. He had doubled off that right field wall last inning. So 2 out for Dayton Lane Hall. Drive Around the League is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together.
We've seen a lot of wild games in this ballpark, though. You just get a couple zeros from your bullpen and see what happens.
Called strike to Jung-Hoo Lee. So on the Drive Around the League, the other teams that are playing in the division today have night games. The 1 pitch to Lee is a ground ball to second base. Bryce Terang's got it on an easy hop, throws out Lee. That's 5 in a row at the outset of his appearance, retired by DL Hall. I'll have to wait until the bottom of the 4th to tell you about who else is playing.
The biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
William Contreras is going to lead off the bottom of the 4th against Adrian Hauser, 6-1 Giants. Contreras drove in the Brewers' run with a sacrifice fly back in the 1st. Hauser has retired 7 straight, and a fly ball is hit to center field. This will be playable for Drew Gilbert, back and settling right on the edge of the warning track. He reaches up to make the catch. Williams been swinging early. In a 3 for 25 funk. It comes and goes for William. When he gets hot, he's as fun to watch as anybody on this lineup. 1 away, though. Hauser is really in a groove. And that brings up Bowers, then Garrett Mitchell due up. Jake Bowers walked back in the 1st. Here comes the pitch. Down low, ball 1. Retired veterans, you can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. Hauser's 1-0. Bowers fouls back off to our left and into the seats. On a related note, Brewers' hero of the game today was Master Sergeant Tom Aker, A-K-E-R. Wisconsin Army National Guard. Thank you for your service, Master Sergeant Aker. The 1-1 to Bowers. Swung on and missed. Slider cut in on the hands. So tonight, you're going to have both the Pirates and the Cubs in action. The Pirates tied for 2nd place at the moment with St. Louis behind the Brewers. 5.5 games. Pittsburgh and Houston in a rubber match at 7-10. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. That was pretty filthy. That's the 5th strikeout for Hauser, who's retired 9 consecutive Brewers batters. Working on a great outing thus far. The first time he's ever faced his old team. And Garrett Mitchell coming up, trailing 6-1. Jared Jones pitching tonight for Pittsburgh, trying to win that series in Houston. First pitch to Garrett is down and in. The Cubs trying to avoid being swept in a home series for the third straight time. The Brewers did it, remember? The Astros did it. And now the Athletics have a chance to do it tonight at 7:05. Shota on the mound for Craig Counsell's team. Swing and a miss by Mitchell at the changeup, and it is 1-1. Garrett struck out with a couple of men on to end the first. Two out here in the fourth. The 1-1 pitch, just a little bit inside. That time on the 95-mile-an-hour Hauser sinker. Hauser got roughed up his last start in Colorado last weekend. Numbers aren't great, and he's been great today. Pumps one in at the knees to Mitchell. 97 on a fastball, and it's 2-2. This is kind of what vintage Adrian Hauser looked like when he was at his best with the Brewers. The first of a 2-year deal that San Francisco gave him this past offseason. 6-1 Giants. 2-2 pitch is fouled, coming back and out of play off to our left. In the American League today, it is the Guardians trying to sweep the Yankees. The now Aaron Judge-less Yankees, 1-1 in the 7th inning at the stadium. Guardians lead that AL Central again. 2-2 again. Chopped foul. It got the foot right on the instep, it looked like, of Garrett Mitchell. He's going to hobble around a little bit outside the batter's box before the next pitch. They've been doing some testing on Aaron Judge's shoulder that's been sore and kept him out of that entire series against Cleveland. We'll see the Guardians come here the back end of the next homestand. After we get back from the West Coast, it'll be the Phillies and then Cleveland. Cleveland doing it again this year. 2-2 pitch up and away on Mitchell, and it's a full count with Sal Frelick in the on-deck circle. Two out, bases empty, bottom four. Hauser kicks into the windup, 3-2. Outside, he walked him. It was close, but the fastball was away, and so Garrett Mitchell gets on base. It's the third walk that Hauser has issued. The first two of those were in the first inning. Walks presented by Ortho ASAP. Walk right in. First base runner since the first for the Brewers, and that brings up Frelick. Trailing 6-1, here is Sal. Stretch and the pitch. Line drive right field. That's pulled cleanly in there for a base hit. Mitchell will stop at second base as Jung-Hoo Lee throws it in. Sal Frelick pulls a single, and that puts two on with two out and gives Luis Rengifo an RBI chance. Now, this is one thing we know about the Brewers. On offense, they never give up on an inning. The first two batters were quickly retired by Hauser. But then Mitchell patiently worked his way back to get a walk, and Frelick going up there aggressively, singles on the first pitch. First pitch to Rengifo, inside. It was close, but called ball one. Luis grounded out back in the second inning. Switch hitter from the left. Brewers looking for a big swing. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got the two-seam fastball right on by him. Talked about that next homestand. It begins a week from Friday. Pride night at the ballpark. Phillies in town. Pride activations all around the ballpark. Now the 1-1. Rengifo takes just a little inside. That was close. Hauser wanted it. No challenge, though. It's 2-1. You can get your seats. Learn more. Brewers.com/community nights. Friday, June 12th, Pride Night. Then a William Contreras trading card bobblehead the next night, Saturday the 13th. 2-1. High. It's 3-1. And fastball upstairs by plenty, and you've got David Hamilton in the on-deck circle. Bobblehead for William Contreras. First 25,000 fans through the gates in a couple of Saturdays. Grab a ticket, brewers.com/tickets. 3-1 coming. Rengifo lifts into left. This will be a play for Casey Schmidt, moving over towards the line with the shades on. He's there in plenty of time to make the catch. And so Rengifo out on a 3-1 swing. He strands a pair. We go to the 5th. San Francisco a 6-1.
If you're feeling crabby, check out some of these wild and weird moments from around the league.
Since going to tag out Bowers, who had the crab crawl back toward first base.
Is this 1-1-1-3 on the putout?
Of course, catching it is one thing.
Whoa!
Go through the 5-hole?
Yeah, it sure did.
Now that's what you call really struggling.
Now let's see some animal instincts on display in the field.
Nico! Behind the back, what a play!
Get a load of this.
Say hey, Austin Martin right.
He made an incredible catch!
And a liner caught by a leaping Bobby Witt Jr.
No question about that one.
Robles over, goes to a dive, and makes a tremendous catch.
Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball. Oh, highlight reel stuff from David Hamilton.
How about that?
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Adrian Hauser shutting down his old team thus far. 6-1 the Brewers trail as we go to the 5th. But DL Hall has really settled things down on the mound for Milwaukee, and he's back for the 5th. So too is Lane.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. Bryce Eldridge leads things off for San Francisco and takes a first pitch strike. It's 0-1. Eldridge has had a good day and a good series. He is 4 for 9 in this series. Hall's pitch is on the outside edge for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Eldridge. Big, tall, left-handed prospect. They were talking about him a lot during spring training when we were down in Arizona. Did not start with the big league club, but they found a way to get him in the lineup on a daily basis now. And the 0-2 pitch is down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He did come up for parts of last season. He's one of the big prospects in this Giants organization. And they're hoping he can blossom into a potential all-star type of first baseman / designated hitter as he swings on it, fouls it back into the net. And it's 1-2. Time for a vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. Big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. 1-2 pitch. He is down and away with a sweeper, and it's even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers had a little threat going in that 4th inning, but unable to cash in on the 2-out uprising they tried to put together. 2-2 pitch is a little soft liner into shallow center. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. Boy, today it feels like everything the Giants put into play finds a way down. Some days are just like that. Eldridge with his 2nd hit of the game. He's been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. And he's aboard in front of Matt Chapman. And Chapman is yet to be retired in this game. A lot of traffic for San Francisco. 10 hits now in this game. And there has not yet been an out recorded in the 5th inning. First pitch to Chapman is high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. And the Giants lead at 6-1. A lot of time left in this one. And we've seen some of these day games, for whatever reason, day games, that you never totally count the Brewers out. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. They have the ability to put together a big inning for sure. And this day just kind of feels like one of those days that there might be a big inning in there eventually. Just hope you can keep putting up zeros until that inning comes around. Here is a fly ball into left center. Long run for Churio, but he's going to get there in time to make the catch. Ball hung up there for Churio, who has all that great athleticism to run it down and make the catch for the first out of the inning. Eldridge has to go back to first, and now here's Eric Haas. Good crowd on this Thursday afternoon, the final game of this short homestand. Brewers head out on the road at the conclusion of the game today. 3 over the weekend with the Rockies, and then 3 with the A's in Vegas. First offering to Eric Haas is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. There is a chance that Josh and I have to work alone in Vegas, and that Kent Sommerfeld doesn't make it to the ballpark one of those 3 games. There's a chance. I don't know what the odds are, but there's a chance. Pitch is in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Kent Sommerfeld coupled with Vegas just equals trouble. But Josh and I will be ready to pick up the slack. Oh, 2 pitch. Chopper to short. Charging it is Hamilton. Pats the glove and throws across to first in time to take care of Haas. Eldridge to second on the play. And there's 2 outs for Drew Gilbert. Hall's done a nice job so far since coming on in relief of Coleman Crowe in that 3rd inning. How hard can it be, Josh? We'll just press some buttons, get ourselves on the air.
No problem.
Gilbert 1 for 2 today, and the pitch swung on and fouled over near the on deck circle. And it's 0-1. Giants jumped out early in this one. 3 runs in the top of the first before the Brewers even came to the plate. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Sweeper off the plate away, and it's no balls and 2 strikes on Gilbert. And then the Giants with the 3 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. That was the big inning. Felt like the Brewers, after getting a run, now Hall is bending over behind home plate, or behind the mound. And Brad Epstein is running out there to talk to him. Pat Murphy and Chris Hook on their way out there as well. Contreras weighing in on the situation. I don't know what the issue is with DL Hall, but I will tell you there's a very concerned look on his face. Pat Murphy is talking with him right now. DL really has pitched well here in relief. He's leaving this game. You just hope that everything's okay. This is a young man that has fought so hard to get healthy, and he's had one injury after another that has held him back. We get a look at the last pitch. I didn't really see a lot except for him just kind of grabbing at his arm a little bit after he threw it. You just hope for the best for DL Hall. You hope it's nothing major, because this is a young man that has just really finally in the last couple of weeks started to feel like himself again on the mound. But you can see the look of frustration on his face for sure. Grant Anderson is going to come into this game. He'll get as much time as he needs to get himself ready. It's been one of those days for the Brewers, unfortunately.
Yeah. We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where are you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Grab your favorite Giant sunflower seeds, fuel up, and get in the game to win big this Brewers season. Quick Trip and Giant Snacks, proud partners of the Brewers Radio Network.
Your next great round begins at Sweetgrass and Sage Run at the Island Resort and Casino. Book early in the week for best availability. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
It is 6-1 San Francisco here in the top of the 5th inning, and Grant Anderson still going through his warm-up tosses after DL Hall left with an apparent injury. Left with 2 strikes on Drew Gilbert and 2 outs here. Bryce Eldridge is the runner at second base. He led off this inning with a single. And again, you feel for DL Hall. We don't know what the issue is. The only thing we can say is he looked concerned as he came off the mound, and so you just hope for the best. That is a good young man that has worked so hard to get himself into, I think, the best spot he had been in since he'd been in this Brewers organization, throwing the ball as well as he had been throwing it, and frankly had become a pretty key part of this bullpen for the Brewers too. And the Brewers just really don't need any more injuries than they're already dealing with.
I mean, we were seeing in this outing some of the best stuff that we've seen from him. He struck out Rafi Devers on a 97-mile-an-hour pitch a couple of innings ago, and I remarked that the stuff looked as good as I could remember. Yeah, you just hate to see it. You hope it's not anything that's going to keep him out for a prolonged period of time.
Yeah, you hope it's one of those things where the Brewers say, hey, like, we're not going to mess around with this. You've had enough injuries. We want to make sure that we take care of this. That's the best case scenario if that's what it is, but we don't know. So we'll keep you apprised of that situation if information comes our way as this game unfolds. But Grant Anderson still getting himself ready to go here. And again, he's going to inherit an 0-2 count on Drew Gilbert, and I think he is ready to continue now as Gilbert making his way into the batter's box. I mean, you're already down Logan Henderson. DL Hall would be another significant injury for the Brewers. Obviously, Brandon Woodruff. I mean, there's just enough, Quinn Priester, of course, there's just enough adversity that the Brewers have had to face with that pitching staff. We were just saying, you almost take for granted what they've been able to do in spite of all of that over the course of this year. Anderson looks back at second. The first pitch to Drew Gilbert. Missed outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gilbert 1 for 2 today. Had a base hit against Crow back in the 3rd. That was the last batter that Crow faced. Anderson's 1-2 pitch. And he missed inside. Didn't miss by a lot with that fastball at 94, but it did miss. Maybe a baseball in off the plate. And the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Gilbert, the number 9 hitter in this Giants lineup. Casey Schmidt is in the on-deck circle. Anderson again checks second, and the 2-2 pitch. Popped up foul, back behind home plate, now to play. And it stays at 2-2. Giants with 6 runs on 10 hits this afternoon. Brewers with a run on 2 hits. Brewers had the big threat in the first inning, got a run in. Really only a threat since then in that 4th inning. They put together a little rally in the with 2 outs in the 4th as Gilbert swings through a fastball and strikes out in the inning He is over. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of 5. It is 6-1 San Francisco.
Goes right side again. Kurt Schilling with another base hit. McGee tries to throw down. Oh my God! It hit him right in the head. Are you kidding me? It hit Kurt Schilling right in the head. He never saw it. McGee came up throwing. Schilling kept running. He never saw it coming.
You can see the mark of the ball on the helmet.
Oh, brother.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
The lineup card flips over where the base is loaded. Ronald Acuna Jr. with a grand slam over the monster. He had been slumping. He had been fighting himself. This was crushed. 93 miles an hour, two-seamer right down the middle, and all home runs are not created equal. Ronald knew it as soon as he hit it and watched this ball sail over the green monster for that grand slam.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 6-1 San Francisco. David Hamilton to lead things off against Adrian Hauser. 72 pitches so far for Hauser. He's pitched well against his former team here this afternoon. And first pitch is in there with a sinker for a strike. It's 0-1. Hamilton, a fly ball to left. Back in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. A 1 pitch. He is a fly ball right center field. It'll be Gilbert moving into the right center field gap and camping underneath of it to make the catch for the first out of the inning, as Christian Yelich will be the batter for the Crew. Yelich 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. Well, bacon on the grill or over an open campfire. It's one of summer's finest treats. Outdoors in some of Wisconsin's great parks, enjoying Usinger bacon. Yeah, that's living right. First offering to Yelich is down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. He's got to save some room for Usinger's grilling treats too, like the Cajun brats, the all beef franks. That's what summer's all about. 1-0 to Yelich, and that caught the outside edge with a 2-seam fastball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Yelich. Flew out to left in his first at bat. Back to the warning track. 1-1 is a fly ball down the right field line. This ball's headed towards the wall, and it's off the wall. Yelich turns first. He's on his way to second. And Yelich with his second double in as many nights. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining. We'd love to get a couple back here if you're the Brewers. Try to put something together. This game is far from over, but you want to start chipping away if you can, if you're the Brewers. And now you've got the guys up to do it with here to put together a good inning in this inning. Here's Jackson Chourio. Walked and scored back in the first, struck out in the 3rd against Hauser. This is the 3rd time through against Hauser. First offering to Chourio is popped up foul and out of play first base side. It's 0-1. Jackson 5 for 10 in this series, 4 RBIs. Hauser brings home the 0-1 pitch and a fly ball to right. This is hit pretty well. Lee is back at the track, at the wall. He jumps up. It's off the top of the wall, and it is gone. Jack goes deep in the Brewers. Within 3, it is 6-3 San Francisco. A 2-run shot for Jackson Chourio. And boy, does that make this game feel a little different. Home run number 3 on the season for Jackson. And the Brewers needed that one. Ball just kept carrying. Lee got back to the wall, gave it a jump, could not bring it back. Hit on top of the wall and got on out of here. Here's Bryce Terang. Hauser's first pitch to Terang is inside. It is 1-0. Home runs presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Get back to taking big swings on the course, court, or field with a visit to Ortho ASAP. 1-0 pitch. Terang checks on a pitch down and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Get expert care today at orthowisconsin.com. Well, it's 6-3 Giants lead. Here's the 2-0. And Terang, a fly ball down the left field line. Schmidt on the move into the corner, looking up, and it's a fair ball off the wall. It'll be extra bases for Terang. He motors into second with a standing double. And the Brewers with 3 straight extra base hits against Hauser, this 3rd time through the order. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of Westbin, the silver lining, and now action beginning in that Giants bullpen in a hurry. And Tony Vitello's on his way out of the dugout. That may be it for Hauser. Vitello making the walk out there briskly. Henches has been up in the pin, and Hauser hands Vitello the ball, and we've got a North Shore adult diaper call to the bullpen. Hauser is cruising along, but not so much here in the 5th inning. If you've got an you might need North Shore adult diapers.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Strong root development. Save big on Schultz Plant Food, located in our garden center. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, the Brewers making this thing very interesting. Bottom of the 5th inning, 2 in on a 2-run home run for Jackson Chourio, followed up by a double for Terang. And now here's William Contreras to face the lefty Sam Henches. Henches looks back at second, and the pitch. Contreras, a check swing foul off the facing of the Brewers dugout first base side. It's 0-1. There's just 1 out in the inning. Boy, you'd love to get at least 1 more. With Terang in scoring position. 6-3 Giants. The 0-1 and a swing and a miss. He went after an elevated fastball at 93. It's 0-2. Contreras has driven in a run in this game. Had a sac fly back in the first. He's officially 0 for 1. Giants brought in the lefty to face Contreras, the right-handed hitter. 0-2 pitch. Check swing foul back and out of play behind home plate. And into the Loge level down to the right of us. And it was more about, I think, getting Hauser out of the game than anything else for Tony Vitello. No balls and 2 strikes on Contreras. Henches kicks and delivers, and a swing and a miss. He went after an elevated fastball again, and Contreras strikes out. That's the second out of the inning. And it'll be up to Jake Bauers if the Brewers want to get more in this inning. A big 2-run home run from Chourio, though, has certainly made this game feel a little different here in the middle innings. Said it a little bit earlier. This kind of has the feeling of one of those wild afternoons that we've seen a lot over the course of the Pat Murphy era here at American Family Field. As Bauers takes high, it's 1-0. You never count the Brewers out of these games. Bauers, the team leader in home runs with 10. Brewers could use another long ball right here. Lefty-lefty matchup as Henches brings home the 1-0. That's fouled back into the net. And it's a ball and a strike on Jake, who is 0 for 1 with a walk in this game so far today. Just one hit in this series for Bauers. It was a big one. It was the 3-run home run a couple of nights ago. Henches brings home the 1-1. Swing and a foul off the gear of the catcher Haas. And I think it got a piece of Edwin Jimenez as well. So Haas turned around to check on Jimenez immediately. He might have wore the brunt of it, did Edwin Jimenez. So Bauers goes for a little walk outside of the box as everybody puts themselves back together. Jake has steadily been getting better against lefties as the season's gone along. 1-2 pitch. Roller foul up the first base line. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Pat Murphy always says for these lefties, they got to see left-handed pitching to be able to hit left-handed pitching. You can't get better at it unless you're seeing it. So some of these guys have had a little bit of a runway this year with some of the injuries to see more lefties. 1-2 is a rocket foul down the right field line. Boy, watch out down there. That ball was scorched. Got out of play in a hurry. That was a slider in, and Jake sent a screamer up into the stands. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bauers. Henches kicks, delivers, and way outside. It's 2-2. We've got Garrett Mitchell in the on deck circle right now for the Crew. Two-2 pitch and a ground ball foul up the first base line. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Be interested if Pat Murphy would toy with the idea if Bauers would reach of sending Andrew Vaughn to the plate to face the lefty Henches. Be early to maybe make that move if you're Pat Murphy, but I would think it would be tempting. 2-2 pitch is down to the dirt, and count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Guy that has dominated lefties over the course of his career, and certainly this season, but got to get Bauers on first to make that a possibility. Mitchell's in the circle right now. Here goes the runner. 3-2 pitch is down and away, and it'll be ball 4 to Bauers. Turang goes to third without a throw, and it will be Andrew Vaughn making his way up the steps, and he is going to pinch hit for Garrett Mitchell here. Stolen base for Turang. The Brewers have him on the corners here, and 2 outs, and their lefty masher Andrew Vaughn is coming to the plate. Boy, we have seen some really impressive walks out of Jake Bauers in this series. So does Vaughn have a big swing in him? He represents the tying run as he comes to the plate here. Brewers with 2 in the inning, but they would love to at least get Turang in somehow after he had that double to follow up the home run by Chourio. By the way, Stolen Bases presented by Delta Dental for your fellow fanatics, your personal cheerleaders, and your #1 fans. For all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. 11th stolen base on the year for Bryce Turang on that steal of third. And here you go, maybe the at-bat of the game so far for the Brewers. Vaughn steps in there against the lefty Henches. First offering. Vaughn took low. It's 1-0. .333 average with a home run. He's driven in 10.
Been kind of waiting for that power to come back after the hamate bone fracture. This is a perfect time.
He is 11 for 22 against lefties this year. 1-0 pitch, a one-hopper to the shortstop Adames, who flips to second and takes care of Bowers. He hit it hard, but right at Adames on a hop, and the inning is over. Well, Brewers able to get a couple back, though, on the two-run home run from Churio. This is a different feeling ball game as we head to the 6th.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second. No, this is the backstory. Okay, this
Correct.
is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Online to move our state's economy and technology forward.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
Casey Schmidt will lead things off in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 6-3 Giants lead. Brewers chipping away here this afternoon. Grant Anderson stays out there on the mound for Milwaukee. First pitch to Schmidt is a check swing on a sweeper down and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Brewers put Churio in center. Bowers moves from first to left. Andrew Vaughn stays in the game at first base. Anderson's 1-0 pitch is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 1-1. Giants with 6 runs on 10 hits so far in this game. Anderson's 1-1 pitch. Sweeper missed way outside, and it's 2-1. They had 3 in the first inning, 3 more in the 3rd inning. Every one of those runs charged to Coleman Crow. Tough day for Coleman Crow. He impressed so much in his first 2 starts specifically. A little shaky in his last start, but still somewhat effective. And then a tough day today for a young pitcher. That's not totally unexpected as the pitch misses down and away. It's a 3 ball and 1 strike count on Schmidt. The pitch from Anderson. This one is popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Long run for Contreras, who gets back there and makes the catch. Near the on-deck circle. Schmidt is retired. And there's one away in the 6th now for Rafael Devers. For Crow, his final numbers today: 2 1/3, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Brewers got 2 1/3 really good innings out of DL Hall, but he left with an injury. Well, we think an injury. He left the game prematurely, and Grant Anderson has been on the mound since, and he's afforded himself well as the pitch to Devers is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. A 1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the net. It's no balls and 2 strikes. This would be one of those kind of gritty, grindy Brewers types of games as they are getting themselves back into it. If they could pull this one off, it would be a very happy flight to Colorado, I'll tell you that. 0-2 pitch. Missed outside to Devers. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this is a San Francisco team, Josh, that you just get the feeling, look, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of names on this roster. Guys that have been in the league for a long time and played a lot of winning baseball and had a lot of good years that go on the back of their baseball cards. 1-2 is down and away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But it does feel like a little bit of a fragile team in terms of if you can get the ball rolling the other direction, it can maybe really spiral. And so the Brewers just have to keep leaning on them here, trailing by 3 runs. 2-2 pitch. This one's popped up into shallow left. Rengifo going clear out there in fair territory and gives way to Bowers, who comes in and calls him off and makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. There are 2 away now for Luis Arraez. Don't miss George Webb's double play meal deal. 7 cheeseburgers and 2 orders of fries for just $17.99. Win, lose, home or away. Visit georgewebb.com for locations and details. Arraez is 1 for 3. Anderson's first pitch. Sweeper missed outside. It's 1-0. You have to give D.L. Hall and Grant Anderson so much credit so far for slowing this thing down and putting up some zeros and giving the Brewers a shot. 1-0 pitch. That is over but low with a sweeper. It goes to 2 balls and 0 strikes on Arraez.
Yeah, that's the first thing that really needs to happen in a game where you're down big. To have a chance, your relievers have to come in and plug the holes. They've done that.
2-0 on Arraez. He is fouled at a play behind home plate. And it's 2-1. I think back to the 21 season, and the Brewers had a lot of comeback wins in the 21 season. And a guy that was like low-key, a big part of that was Hunter Strickland. He would come in when the Brewers would be down 3 or 4 runs, and he would compete. 2-1 is a rocket out to right. It's going to get over the head of Frelick and roll all the way to the wall. Arraez on his way to second. And here comes the throw from Frelick. It'll be late. It is a 2-out double for Arraez, and that'll get Willy Adames to the plate for San Francisco. 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Bauer and Ken Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here this afternoon from American Family Field. 6-3 San Francisco. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Willy Adames at the plate. Anderson brings home the pitch, and that missed inside. It's 1-0. But Hunter Strickland would go in and he'd get you 2 or 3 innings. He'd put up some zeros, and then the next thing you knew, the Brewers were right back in it. Remember a game they won in Colorado in the month of May in 2021, where he did exactly that. 1-0 pitch, and it's going to be challenged by Contreras. It missed outside, according to Jimenez.
The pitch was called a ball. The catcher challenged.
I think it's going to stay a ball. So I think the Brewers are going to lose this challenge. Contreras and Willie having a conversation.
It was confirmed Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
It was outside, so Willie is not going to let William live that one down. Those 2 very, very good friends. 2 balls and no strikes on Adames. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. .2-0 pitch. Hit off the end of that foul. He got a piece of that sweeper. It's 2-1. But there was a win in Colorado in May of 21 where Strickland came in and put up a couple of zeros, but Willy Adames had a huge home run late in that one. The Brewers ended up winning that game and come from behind style. One of a handful of those that year. 2-1 pitch and a fly ball to left. This is shallow, so coming in is Jake Bowers. He'll get there to make the catch, and the inning is over. Anderson strands the 2-out double from Arraez at second base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 6-3 Giants lead on the.
And there is career hit number 1800 as Mike Trout has a double here in the 1st.
And that was one of those breakables that got a little bit more of the plate. Congrats on number 1800 for Trouty.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 10 strikeouts for Skeens, and he'll walk off the mound with a wry smile. Ronald Acuna Jr. with a grand slam over the monster.
Ronald knew it as soon as he hit it and watched this ball sail.
Cedon's got a long run in. He dives and makes a ridiculous play. He doesn't care about the score or the record. That is as good as you can do it.
Wow.
Superman.
That is as full extension as you can get.
Cam Smith going back to the wall, and he will jump up. Does he make the catch? No, he got it. He got it. Cam just robbed him of a home run.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Brewers trailing 6-3. And JT Brubaker, the former Pirate, takes over on the mound for San Francisco. Sal Frelick to lead things off for the Brewers, and he takes outside. It's 1-0. It's funny how much the flow of a game can matter as a fan to how things feel. Brubaker's pitch to Frelick misses down and away with a changeup. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Brewers lost 1-0 last night, but it felt like such an uphill climb just to get a run because of the way Logan Webb was pitching. Feels like the Brewers are on the precipice of a big inning every inning right now against San Francisco here in this game. That is a strike with a sinker, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
You're right. That opposing pitcher can make such a difference.
Brewers trail by 3, but it feels closer in many ways. The 2-1. He's in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. 6th inning, by the way, is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant is Lance Lettner. Ken is messing with us now. Guess where they're from? Guess where Lance is from, Josh? 2-2 pitch. Rolled foul at the first baseline, stays at 2-2.
Well, if our regular listeners have been paying attention, they would, I would assume, imagine it's Trempolo.
It's Trempolo. We got to go to the Woodmans in Trempolo.
Maybe they got a campaign going.
Everybody stuffs the ballot box in Trempolo for the home run inning. Here's a ground ball sharply hit to first, but played by Devers. He runs to the bag and retires Frelick. And there's one away. I mean, they are the lucky contestants. Their names get drawn every. Kent's got a soft spot for Trempolo, I think. Lance will win a gift card jackpot of $850 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning. $100 added to the total for each additional home run this half. Visit any participating Woodman store to enter. Service and savings, that's Woodman's. Luis Rengifo, the batter, 1 out, nobody on. Takes a strike on, or actually takes outside for a ball. High. And it's 1-0. Brubaker brings home the 1-0 pitch. That's right through there for a strike, and it's 1-1. 6-3 San Francisco. Rengifo 0 for 2 today. And the pitch. Popped up foul and out of play. Third base side. It's 1-2. Beautiful day for baseball. It was 83 degrees at first pitch. We're 60% open, I think, is how we would describe our situation. The shadows making their way out to left field. Casey Schmidt, the left fielder, still standing in the sunlight. He's the only position player that is doing so. Everybody else in the shade. That's high to Rengifo. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Brubaker. The pitch. Fly ball to center. This is playable for Gilbert. barely asked to move. Ends up moving one step to his right to make the catch, and there's 2 away now. And David Hamilton is the batter. Hamilton 0 for 2. Well, you'd just like to get Hamilton aboard in front of Yelich and get that top of the order engaged again. Last time through was pretty good against Hauser for the Brewers. First pitch to Hamilton, misses down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Brewers trailing 6-3. Starting to get a little late with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Still have some outs to work with, though. The 1-0 pitch. That missed. Maybe a touch in, maybe a little bit up. 2 balls and no strikes. 32,570 your attendance today. 2-0 is a strike on the outside edge. It's 2-1. It's a good Thursday afternoon crowd. Summer is on the way. School will be letting out. A lot of the private schools are already out. The public schools will be out here in the next week. 2-1. Swung on and fouled back into the net. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And let the summer of fun begin in Milwaukee. Man, this place is so good in the summer. So much to do. Brewers baseball at the top of the list, of course, as Brubaker throws that ball out of play. And a new one sent out to him. Festivals, concerts, fishing, water sports. 2-2. Hamilton took inside, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Close pitch. We'd love to get Hamilton on and get Yelich to the plate here against Brubaker. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. And the count will stay at 3-2. Yelich has seen Brubaker a lot. 15 career at-bats against the former Pirate. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Hamilton. And he missed down and in. He walked him. So he does extend the inning to Yelich. Ortho ASAP walk. And here's Yelich, who has faced Brubaker 15 times. He has 3 hits. He has a triple and a home run in his career against Brubaker. How about 2 home runs in his career before this at bat is over? Yelly has a double today. 1 for 3 in this game. Has 7 hits in this series for Christian. Toss to first, and Hamilton dives back in there safely. It'd be good for Lance Lettner from Trempealeau, too. $850 spending spree on the line at Woodman's Food Markets for him. First pitch to Yelly is up and in, and it's 1-0.
Hamilton's taking a massive lead at first base, too, Lane. I think this would be a good time to run if you feel confident about the jump. Try to get scoring position for Yelich.
Try to put a little pressure on this Giants team. 1-0 pitch. There goes Hamilton. The pitch is a strike. The throw is a beauty, and I think they got him. They did. Wow. What a throw by Eric Haas. It brought Adames across the bag. He made the catch and applied the tag all in one motion. There will be no challenge from the Brewers. Well, anytime you can throw out David Hamilton, you've done something pretty.
And there is career hit number 1,800 as Mike Trout has a double here in the first.
And that was one of those breaking balls that got a little bit more of the plate. Congrats on number 1,800 for Trouty.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 10 strikeouts for Skeens, and he'll walk off the mound with a wry smile. Ronald Acuna Jr. with a grand slam over the monster.
Ronald knew it as soon as he hit it and watched this ball sail.
Cedon's got a long run in. He dives and makes a ridiculous play. He doesn't care about the score or the record. That is as good as you can do it.
Wow.
Superman.
That is as full extension as you can get.
Cam Smith going back to the wall, and he will jump up. Does he make the catch? No, he got it. He got it. Cam
have just robbed him of a home run.
On the ground, left side, Cora. Hopper stumbles, and the throw into the artificial surface.
One of those embarrassing moments that all players have. Everything's normal to this point, everything's normal here, and now it becomes abnormal.
And look, he's suppressing a smile. Yeah. Come on now. He knows that's funny.
Statewide.
It is up and it's gone!
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
We go to the seventh inning. Seventh inning here in Milwaukee. It is 6-3 San Francisco, and with the play-by-play, here's Josh.
Thank you, Lane. Grant Anderson has already gotten 4 outs. He'll try to get a few more here in the seventh. He delivered strike one to Jung-Hoo Lee. The 0-1 pitch. Lined in the left center for another base hit for Jung-Hoo Lee. Opposite way and dumps it on the grass in front of Bowers. He is 3 for 4. They can see why Jung-Hoo Lee got a big contract coming out of Korea. Guy can swing it, can hit just about any pitch. That was off the plate away, but he went with it and dumped it the opposite way. About 7 for 13 this series. So he's on with nobody out. Brewers down 3. Bryce Eldridge coming up. Big power threat. He takes outside corner. Backdoor sweeper from Grant Anderson. Jake Woodford getting loose in the bullpen. He'll be next up for the Brewers. Depending how this goes, maybe he's the last one they use. Lee at first in the 0-1. Up and away. Bullpen's done a great job behind Coleman Crow thus far here this afternoon, with DL Hall before he got hurt getting 7 outs. Grant Anderson getting 4, and neither has permitted a run. Eldridge has not been retired. He takes down and in 2-1. He's gone 2 for 2 with a walk. RBI single included. 5 for 10 in this series. Giants have a good lineup, and we've seen it especially these last couple of days. Trying to win the final 2 games of the series. The 2-1. Eldridge takes at the knees. Perfectly placed fastball, but challenged by Eldridge.
Pitch was called a strike, the right challenge.
I think it's going to be low, so it's going to be 3-1. They put it up on the board, and yes, Eldridge wins.
The call is overturned. San Francisco has 2 challenges remaining.
Edwin Jimenez makes the announcement that he got it wrong. All ABS challenges brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So driver's seat here for Big Eldridge. Nobody out in the 7th. Anderson, the high sets. The 3-1. Fouled back into the screen. Took a big rip at a fastball. So Woodford is up. This is a game, if you're just joining us, that the Giants scored 3 in the first and the third innings and led 6-1. But a Jackson Churio 2-run home run in the home 5th has given the Brewers life. Runner holds 3-2. Ground ball off of Anderson. It's going to be a base hit for Eldridge as it trickles back towards the first base side chalk, and Anderson goes down in a heap injured. Took a hard comebacker from Bryce Eldridge somewhere near the midsection, and he is now crumpled over in pain. 2 on, nobody out on back-to-back hits, and Anderson is down in a heap right in front of the pitcher's mound. And Lee Meyer, who is the assistant athletic trainer for the Brewers, is the first man out there to get to him. Looking at his arm. That comebacker, I don't think it bounced before it got to Grant. And then it trickled far enough away that there was no chance for anybody to pick it up and get an out. Anderson's coming right out of this game. So 2 Brewers pitchers have left due to injury. A comebacker that hit him, near the elbow or the forearm. Finally, we got a look at the replay on our monitor. So Grant Anderson, just as DL Hall before him, leaves with an athletic trainer. Jake Woodford will come in. He was already warming up. If he needs more time, he can get as much as he needs due to the injury. Tough.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Get paid the most. The same is true in construction. Some of the most skilled players building our roads, solar farms, and stadiums are the men and women of the Wisconsin Operating Engineers. If you are ready to step up to a job where you can earn more without college debt and operate equipment like cranes, excavators, bulldozers, and drones, you're ready to join the team of Wisconsin Operating Engineers today at join139.com.
Now, when it rains, it pours. It just kind of feels like that this afternoon for the Brewers, losing two of their integral relievers to injury. DL Hall, we still have not yet gotten a report about what it was that had bothered him to have him leave the game. But we could see with our eyes what happened to Grant Anderson here. A comebacker from Bryce Eldridge that he had hit it 90 miles an hour off the bat, but directly off the arm of Grant, and he crumpled in pain immediately. It was an infield hit for Eldridge after a clean single by Jung-Hoo Lee. Lee at second, Eldridge at first. There's nobody out in the seventh. 6-3 San Francisco, and Matt Chapman will greet Jake Woodford. The right-hander is ready to work, and the pitch. Outside corner, knee high, called a strike. Woodford, who has been kind of a mop-up man for the Brewers this season, called in a big spot here, right into the fire. His 16th outing, 1-0 with a 6.20 ERA. The 0-1 pitch is down low through his slider to Chapman. Looking for a ground ball here. Chapman had a great go against Coleman Crow. RBI double and an RBI single against the Brewers starter. He flew out then in the fifth. 2 for 3. The pitch is outside, 2-1. Jake Woodford had a good outing against these Giants earlier in the series. He finished that blowout victory here on Monday night in the ninth. Trying to keep the deficit at 3 somehow, some way. The 2-1. Chapman lines it back through the middle, and he scorches it straight through into center field. Rounding third is Lee, but he'll be held up at the last moment. And a good thing that he was, because Jackson Churio made a perfect, accurate throw home. But it is a single, third hit of the day for Chapman, and they're loaded with nobody out. That was 110 off the bat of Chapman, coming right back at Jake Woodford. And thankfully it didn't hit him.
I mean, that was a foot or two away from being a big problem as well.
So bases loaded for Eric Haas, the former Brewer.
Went right between his legs.
Pitch coming. Up and in, ball 1. Haas has walked, struck out, and grounded out. He's 0 for 2 officially. Second game that he's caught in this series. Infield comes about halfway up. The 1-0. Flied into deep center. It'll stay in the park, I think. Backing up Churio. Back right at the wall. Leaps up. It won't stay at the park. in the park because it's a grand slam for Eric Haas. It just got out, and the Giants blow it open as the former Brewer has hit a salami here at American Family Field. Ball just kept going and going to straightaway center, and it hit over the yellow line and just on the bottom of the batter's eye. Grand slam against Woodford makes it 10-3 Giants. Eric Haas, who was a member of the Brewers in 2024 and 25. While he was playing for Milwaukee, he had 7 home runs. Now in his first year with the Giants, that is home run number 4, and it is the biggest of home runs, a grand slam. 2 of those runs were charged to Anderson. Now the batter, Drew Gilbert, he lobs one into left for a base hit. 5 batters have come up in the inning. All 5 have hits, including the first 3 against Woodford. That's the second hit of the day for Drew Gilbert. Eric Haas, man, Lane, the ball is carrying today here more than in any game that we've seen all year. That was another one, kind of looked like a high can of corn. Similar to the home runs by Schmidt and Chourio earlier, just kept going, and finally the outfielder just ran out of room. So 10-3 Giants.
Yeah, I mean, the ball is definitely carrying today. The Schmidt and Chourio balls hit on top of the wall. That ball was hit 103 off the bat, but still just barely got out.
Then ball 1 to Casey Schmidt. Still nobody out, and he lines the 6th straight base hit. This one goes into left center field. Stopping at second is Gilbert as Chourio moves to his right to pick it up and throw it in. 6 batters in the 7th inning have come up. They all have base hits. The Giants have 17 hits in this game. Baseball. The Brewers on Monday and Tuesday night could do no wrong against this team, but then it can flip. You never know. Major league teams, they got talent in there, and they can do this to you.
Well, the old saying is momentum's as good as your next day's starting pitcher, and Coleman Crow had a tough day today, and that's a part of baseball, as you just said, baseball, you know. Coleman had 2 really nice, impressive outings his first couple of times the Brewers called upon him. I thought he battled in Houston, but he's a young pitcher, and sometimes these things happen. And it just kind of put the Brewers behind the 8 ball in this one, and then more unfortunate events happen. You have DL Hall leave with an apparent injury, and then the Grant Anderson comebacker. It's been kind of a perfect storm against the Brewers in this one today.
Chris Hook coming out to visit with Woodford. Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mounds. He has delivered his message, and now it's 1st and 2nd. Still nobody out here in the 7th, and Rafael Devers up there fouled one off.
Yeah, 6 straight hits to open up this inning.
Trip to the mound. Potawatomi Sportsbook, wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. A fan's dream. The 0-1 high. Potawatomi Sportsbook become a legend. Well, Devers is looking in any way, shape, or form to get in on the fun. He's 0 for 4 and 0 for 15 this series. Woodford is ready in the 1-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, change up. Contreras blocked it on ball 2. Infield is at double play depth behind Jake Woodford, who is set. The 2-1 coming to Devers. Lifted foul and into the seats down the left field line. The crew has been around since 1970. Habish, and Rotier even longer. If you're injured in an accident, call the firm Wisconsinites have trusted for over 95 years. Habish, and Rotier. Sponsor all our hit by pitches. Haven't had one of those today. The 2-2. Devers took inside. It's 3-2. So Woodford trying to get the first out of this 7th inning. the fifth batter that he's faced. Gilbert at second and Schmidt at first. 10-3 Giants. The 3-2 tipped off of Contreras. Foul ball. Got a piece of William in the protective gear. And that's why you wear it. Drive Around the League, brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. First, we got another 3-2. Here it is. Ground ball to second base, right at Terang. He'll pivot, throw to shortstop Hamilton, who then drops the ball on the transfer and cannot turn a double play. Would have been, had he been able to throw it. But Hamilton unable to cleanly make the exchange from the glove to the hand, just bobbled. So he didn't try a throw, and it's a fielder's choice. Devers would have been out, I think, pretty easily at first base. Well, that kind of inning. So it's runners on the corners with one out, and here's Luis Arraez. 10-3 San Francisco. Arraez swings and hits one into left, and not overly deep. Jake Bauers playing left field now. Reaches up, makes the catch. They'll test him with Gilbert. He's coming home. Throw is cut off. The other runner tags Devers. He advances to second as Rengifo holds onto the baseball. It's a sacrifice fly for Luis Arraez to plate the fifth run of the inning. It's 11-3 San Francisco. Got it deep enough. When the Brewers pinch hit Andrew Vaughn a couple of innings ago, they changed the outfield alignment. Bauers had gone to left, and he does not have the strongest of left field throwing arms, and I think that's why the Giants tested him there. It was not a very deep fly ball at all. The throw got cut off. Good base running by Devers to take 90 feet, go from first to second. So he's in scoring position now with two outs, and Willy Adames, the ninth batter of the inning, took ball one low. 5 runs home, a 6-3 lead is now 11-3. Adames 1 for 4, a double. Takes ball 2, just missed with a sinker. Well, Woodford's going to pitch the rest of this game, you could pretty much figure, unless a position player becomes involved. The Brewers don't have any off days before they start a series in Colorado at Coors Field tomorrow night.
You want to have as much pitching as you can.
Yeah. Here's a strike on a cutter that flipped the inside corner to Willy Adames.
Never good to go into a series there short.
My thoughts exactly, and I'm sure Pat Murphy and Chris Hook agree. And now the 2-1. Outside corner. Woodford paints 94 on the edge with a two-seamer. It's 2-2 on Adames. Brewers this week are playing the teams with the 2 worst records in the National League, the Giants and the Rockies, but San Francisco showing they're more than capable. 2-2 pitch, lined up the middle, and that's into left center field for a base hit. Rounding third is Devers. He'll score the 6th run of the inning. And Willy Adames gets an RBI knock in his old ballpark. It's the former Brewers doing it here in the 7th. A grand slam by Eric Haas and a smash of an RBI single for Willie, so it's 12-3. That's the 7th hit in this inning alone. Willy Adames has his 2nd hit of the game, 4th of the series. Jung-Hoo Lee led off this frame with a single. He's 3 for 4 and bats for a 2nd time in the rally. Giants with 18 hits. Woodford's first pitch. Lee takes inside. It's a cutter that just missed the corner. Well, I was telling you we would drive around the league. The Yankees beat the Guardians 2-1 at the stadium to avoid being swept. 1-0 pitch. At the top of the zone to Jung-Hoo Lee. I think he thought it was a little bit too tall, but the call goes to Woodford, and it's 1-1. So no sweep for the Guardians at Yankee Stadium. Lee grounds it foul, got out in front of one, and yanked it over into the Brewers dugout, actually, right down the stairwell on the first base side. It's right near where Murph stands. It's 1-2. The Phillies swept the Padres at Citizens Bank Park today, 6-4 to complete that one. 1-2 pitch line, drive towards second, but out of the reach of a lunging Bryce Terang. The 8th hit of the inning for the Giants. Stopping at second is Adames. Jung-Hoo Lee has 2 of those 8, and he's got a 4-hit day. 2 on, 2 out for Bryce Eldridge. Jung-Hoo Lee's a really good hitter.
Yeah, he's very talented. It's almost like he has a wand, right? He can just kind of make the ball go any direction he wants to, it feels like.
Eldridge has been on base all 4 times he's batted. Rips a foul wide of first. He's the one who hit the comebacker off the arm of Grant Anderson about 15 minutes ago this inning that knocked Grant out of the game. 3 for 3 with a walk. 6 for 11 in the series. He's been on base 8 times. The 0-1 is down and away from Anderson. We're going to see those Philadelphia Phillies the very next home series here. After the road trip, starting on the 12th of the month, Phillies have gotten back into the race under Don Mattingly. 1-1 pitch. Eldridge takes outside from Woodford, and it's 2-1. It's 12-3 Giants here in the 7th. They've scored 6. And had 8 hits in the inning alone. Six runs in. Turn a 6-3 lead into a 12-3 advantage. 1-1. Strike in the outside corner, taken by Eldridge. Said 1-1. It was 2-1. Now it's 2-2. The pitch tipped foul.
I mean, 31 pitches now for Woodford in this inning. I mean, it's starting to. Brewers thrown a lot of pitches in this game.
Oh, yes. 3 innings of 3 runs or more for the Giants today. 2-2 again. Fly to the left. Jake Bauers moving over towards the line. It's carrying again. Right back to the warning track goes Bauers in the sunlight, made the catch. That will retire the side. Eldridge an opposite field bid. But Jake able to track it down, and that will.
Coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed have him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases. Complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails.
0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten.
At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless.
Less is more.
Well, the Giants just scored 6 and sent 11 men to the plate in the top of the 7th. They lead the game 12-3 as Christian Yelich takes a strike from JT Brubaker, his 2nd inning in relief. Chance to vulture a victory today for Brubaker. Pitch comes in low to Yelich, and it's 1-1. Starter Hauser only went 4 1/3, so the win would go to somebody behind him, up to the discretion of our official score. Brubaker had a scoreless 6th. 1-1. Little fister into shallow left center field. Long run in for Casey Schmidt. Can't get there. Falls in front of him. Base hit. Didn't hit it hard, but he dumped it in. Did Christian Yelich the opposite way, and he's got his second hit of the day. You know, when Christian was in the box and David Hamilton was caught stealing to end the 6th, it was still a 3-run game. Hamilton caught stealing by Haas, and then minutes later Haas hit a grand slam to start that 6-run scoring rally. Great stretch for Eric Haas. Now Chourio chops a foul wide of third, and so Yelich goes from batting in a 3-run game to then he was batting in a 9-run game.
A little different.
Chourio has a 2-run home run today. He's also walked. Scored 2 of the team's 3 runs. Chops another foul against Brubaker.
I think the win, if this holds up the way that it is, I think it might go to Hentges just because of him getting them out of that fifth.
Very much could. Came in after a Turang double. It was 6-3. Runner at second and 1 out. Now the pitch, down and away. 1-2 on Jackson from Brubaker. He was not in the major leagues for a few years after his Pirates tenure, but has made his way back now with the Giants a couple of seasons. Yeah, having a nice year. 2.70 ERA coming in. The 1-2. Chourio lays off. Slider just off the plate outside. 2-2. 7th inning stretch sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Plan a Grand Slam getaway with Championship Golf, a luxurious spa and nonstop gaming action. 2-2 pitch. Flied into deep left center field. Back on it, Schmidt. Watching it fly. See you later. It's gone again. Number 2 today for Jackson Chourio. Another 2-run blast, and the Brewers are within 7 runs. 12-5 San Fran in the 7th. Boy, Jackson's gotten into a groove over the last week or so at the plate. Multi-home run game. He's homered in back-to-back at-bats, in fact, has Chourio. Each of them a 2-run shot. Chourio's now got a 6-game hitting streak and hit 3 homers during that streak. Started when we got to Houston last Friday.
How about 8 driven into this series for Jackson?
Oh, that's pretty darn impressive. Gary Sanchez going to pinch hit here for Bryce Turang and take ball 1 from Brubaker, so there's nobody on and still nobody out. Turang done after going 2 for 3 and a high pop-up into shallow left. Casey Schmidt coming in, drifting into foul ground, and it's going to go into the seats, out of play. 1-1 on the pinch hitter, Sanchez. Every Brewers home run is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Get back to taking big swings on the course quarter field with a visit to Ortho ASAP. Get expert care today at orthowisconsin.com. Gary pinch hit last night, hit into a double play. 1-1 is down and away. So 12-5. Lane and I said a few times that this felt like a day for the hitters, and it has been just that. Sanchez now at just 189 on the season. 5 homers, though. 2-1 pitch. Took it at the top of the zone for a strike. And it's 2-2, count evens. Joey Ortiz into the on-deck circle. He'll hit for Contreras. 2-2 pitch, ground ball towards third, just wide of the bag. Chapman played it, but on the foul side, it remains 2-2. Bring the family to a Brewers game coming up in that next Phillies series we were talking about. Sunday the 14th, you can get a Slide and Sal Frelick jersey giveaway. First 5,000 kids through the gates that Sunday. Courtesy of Joy. 2-2 again, swing and a miss. Brubaker slider fools Sanchez for strike 3. First strikeout of the 4 outs JT Brubaker has recorded, 1 away in the 7th. Then now Joey Ortiz to bat for William Contreras. So that Phillies series over the weekend of the 12th through the 14th, big giveaways. Got the Contreras bobblehead Saturday and the Slide and Sal Frelick jersey Sunday. Brewers.com/giveaways has info, or Brewers.com/tickets. Ortiz takes a called strike with a Brubaker sinker. Joey Ortiz hitting .193, a home run and 13 driven in this season. The 0-1 pitch. Broke his bat, popped it up to short. Goes right to Willy Adames, and he makes a two-handed catch as he backpedaled a step or two. Brubaker killed some lumber. And now he's got 2 out. That'll bring up a 3rd consecutive pinch hitter for Pat Murphy. It's Blake Perkins to hit for Jake Bauers. Perkins trying to snap an offer. Last 14 games he's gotten into 0 for 17 on the season now at .091. Batting left-handed, Perk takes inside, ball 1. Road trip begins tomorrow night at Coors Field against the Rockies. 1-0 pitch. At the top of the zone, called a strike to Perkins. 1-1, it's 12-5 Giants here. Brewers are going to face the man who's given them the most trouble from the Rockies pitching staff the last few seasons tomorrow in Ryan Feltner. Pitch down and in on Perkins, 2-1. Feltner has been very effective against Milwaukee over the last couple of years. And they'll have Brandon Sproats on the mound. His first sojourn into Coors. The 2-1. Perkins takes down and in, ball 3. Rockies have the worst record in the National League coming into the day, but they've won consecutive series. 3-1 pitch, called a strike to Perkins. Just caught the outside edge. Did Brubaker, and a full count. 3-2 with 2 out. Rockies are off today, too. Bases are empty, 2 runs in. Brubaker kicks, and the 3-2 pitch. Low, he walked him. Curveball. And Blake Perkins gets aboard in front of Andrew Vaughn here in the 7th inning. Jake Woodford will go back to the mound in the 8th. No activity in that Brewers bullpen. Brewers will throw Sproat, Miz, and then Shane Drowan at Coors Field. Always interesting to see how a pitcher fares at Coors. And none of those 3 have ever pitched there before. Pitch to Vaughn is up and in, ball 1. That'll be a first for every one of those guys this weekend.
Yeah, veteran guys will tell you there's a mentality to it, right? You can't get so caught up in what's my stuff doing or putting zeros up on the board. I mean, obviously that's the goal. You don't want to give up a bunch of runs, but it's more about in the context of the game. How can I give my team a chance to win? And sometimes that's defined a little bit differently at Coors than it is in other ballparks.
Catcher Haas goes out to visit with Brubaker here before the 1-0 pitch to Andrew Vaughn. He pinch hit with a couple of men on. He was the tying run at the plate in the 5th, but he grounded out. It was 6-3 at the time. Now it's 12-5 Giants. We're in the 7th, and Brubaker misses up and in. It's 2-0. The Rockies just won series against these Giants last weekend, and they just won a series in L.A. against the Angels. 2-0. Vaughn swings through a slider. 2-1. I know they still have the worst record right now in the NL, but since Paul DePodesta took over in the offseason running the baseball ops for Colorado, seems like they're a much more competitive team. Fly ball hit into right center field and deep. Backing up on it goes Gilbert at the track. Gilbert at the wall. He leaps up. That ball is caught. He jumped over the wall and brought it back with one of the more incredible home run robberies you'll ever see. Drew Gilbert jumping over the right center field fence at American Family Field. Ho, what a play. And he took away a 2-run shot from Andrew Vaughn. Can't believe that Gilbert got back to jump.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Looking for the best team in the American League? You got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a big swing and miss. He's got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's gonna go. Home run, Caminero.
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those three have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
Diving stop. Nothing gets through. And nothing stops leaks like North Shore adult diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
12-5 Giants. Woodford back to the mound for the 8th. More defensive changes too, and here's Lane.
All right, thank you, Josh. Matt Chapman is the batter, and the 0-1 pitch misses low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Joey Ortiz stays in the game. He's at shortstop. Hamilton slides over to second base. Perkins stays in the game. He's in center. Churio back to left field. 1-1 pitch is a ground ball to short. Big hop for Ortiz. Fires across. Takes care of Chapman. And there's one away here in the 8th for San Francisco. Quite a catch by Drew Gilbert to rob Andrew Vaughn of a home run back in the 7th inning to end it. Ball has been flying out of here today, and just kind of off the bat you assume that one was going to get out of here too, but Gilbert made a nice play. Here's Eric Haas. Tristan Beck is getting loose in the Giants bullpen. Pitch to Haas, missed outside with a sweeper. It's 1-0. Haas hit the grand slam back in the 7th inning. That's the big blow in this one. There's been a few of them. And the pitch, swing and a miss. It is 1-1. Woodford has covered the last inning and a third of this game so far. Brewers will ask him to get a few more outs out of it. Probably try to get him to finish it if possible. We'll see if they're going to be able to get him that far through this game. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Haas. Woodford's at 38 pitches. Haas 1 for 3 officially today. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Cutter down and away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers have enjoyed that great month of May. Off to a good start in June as well, although right now trailing by 7 runs in the 8th, as that pitch is a called third strike. Sweeper landed on the inside corner. Haas thought about challenging, elected not to, and it would have been a strike regardless. So an ortho ASAP strikeout for Woodford, and there's 2 away now for Drew Gilbert. Brewers would be 2-2 in the month of June, barring an amazing comeback in this one. Woodford's pitch to Gilbert. This is popped up left side of the infield. Rengifo in fair territory, drifting near the bag. Now a couple of steps to his left, makes the catch. And Woodford works a 1-2-3. Top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of 8, 12-5 San Francisco on the.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Franked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
It is a 12-5 San Francisco lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Sal Frelick to lead things off for the Crew. And Tristan Beck takes over on the mound for the Giants. First pitch to Frelick, lands that one for a strike, and it's 0-1. Brewers able to get a couple of runs in that 7th inning on the 2-run shot by Jackson Chourio. So they trail by 7 here with 6 outs to work with. Frelick takes a strike at the knees, and he's going to challenge it.
The pitch was called a strike without a challenge.
He's going to lose it. This one is a strike. It clipped the low inside corner.
Let's confirm Milwaukee has a set of challenges.
And the Brewers are out of challenges. Those challenges brought to you by Pello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So here is Frelick, and a bouncer to first. Rolled out to Devers, runs to the bag and retires Frelick. And there's one away for Luis Rengifo. Today's 8th inning is being brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council and the over 900 signatory contractor partners who are building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org. That's LIUNAwisconsin.org, and feel the power. First offering to Rengifo is high, and it's 1-0. Bottom 3rd due up here in this 8th. 1 out, nobody on the 8-hitter, Luis Rengifo. 0 for 3 on the afternoon as Beck raises the leg and brings home the 1-0 pitch, and that nails the outside edge. It's 1-1. 32,000 plus here today. A lot of them have started to make their way to their cars and on their way home. 1-1 is swung on and fouled back into the net. 1-2 with a 12-5 Giants lead here. Quiet in that Brewers bullpen. So it would appear that Jake Woodford will go back out there for the 9th unless the Brewers would elect for a position player. 1-2 pitch is ground ball back up the middle, but played on the forehand by Adames to the other side of the second base bag by the time he lets it fly, and retires Rengifo for the 2nd out before David Hamilton hits. 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Maurer and Ken Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you. David Hamilton is the batter, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. High fly ball, left center field. This one is back there. Gilbert back at the track at the wall. It is gone. David Hamilton, his second home run of the season. And it is 12-6 San Francisco. Now David Hamilton, second home run in a matter of a week for David Hamilton. Hit that ball well. And it got up and out of gear into the Brewers bullpen. Pretty impressive swing for the Brewers speedster at the barrel to it. And Trevor McGill tried to catch it in his hat, but didn't. Here's Yelich, takes the first pitch strike. It's 0-1. Home runs, of course, brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Get back to taking big swings on the Course Quarter field with a visit Ortho ASAP. Down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Get expert care today at orthowisconsin.com. Brewers have hit 3 long balls today. The 2 from Churio, now the 1 from Hamilton. Here's a bouncer on the right side. Big hop out to the new second baseman Schmidt. He throws across in time to take care of Yelich. And the inning is over. 12-6. Giants lead the Brewers as we go to the 9th inning on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Cam has walked into a fielder's choice, hit the ball hard over 100 miles an hour last time. This ball hit well to left field. Cam got all of this one. There's your hitting streak. All of a sudden, the Astros back within 3. A home run by Jordan and a home run by Cam here in the 8th.
These are not cheap. These are absolutely pummeled. That is a changeup down and in that Cam got to. 457 feet for Cam.
Come on.
Yeah, to the second deck. My, oh my.
To 6 San Francisco, we make our way to the 9th inning here at American Family Field. Jake Woodford back out there for the 9th inning. Woodford at 41 pitches so far. Casey Schmidt is the batter, and the first pitch swinging and fouled down into the dirt. And it's 0-1. I had mentioned that the Brewers would put Woodford back out there unless they went with a position player. Forgot that you have to be down 8 runs now in order to use a position player, so that wouldn't even be a possibility for the Brewers today. Swing and a miss at a sweeper, and it's no balls and 2 strikes, just to clarify that. Have to be up 10 and in the 9th inning to use a position player, or down 8 at any point in the game, I believe are the rules. Schmidt, who moved to second base last half inning, down 0-2 in the count. He led this game off with a home run on the first pitch of the game, and it was a bit of an omen of things to come today, unfortunately, for the Brewers. Pitch missed low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The scoreboard not in the Brewers' favor, but maybe the more pressing concern, D.L. Hall and Grant Anderson, if you're a Brewers fan. Pretty central to a lot of the Brewers' bullpen success. Here's a chopper foul off the front foot of Schmidt, and it'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy is a refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. Woodford's 1-2 pitch to Sanchez is a liner caught by Rengifo. Boy, has he been tested at the hot corner over the last couple of days. That ball smoked right at him. Played it on the forehand, went into a little spin, kind of an Olay. Look what I've got in the glove. That's the first out of the 9th inning for Woodford. And here's Rafael Devers. That ball was hit 104 right at Rengifo. He had to catch it right before he got to the dirt. Devers still does not have a hit in this series. And that's going to change. A high fly ball, deep right field. This one's back, and it's off the very top of the wall. Over there to collect it is Blake Perkins. It's a double for Devers. And he's there with one out. Goodness, 20 hits for San Francisco now here this afternoon. And Jonah Cox is the batter. He came in and played center field last half inning. So Cox is in there against Woodford. And running at second base for San Francisco for Devers is a pinch runner as well.
Buddy Kennedy.
Also a pitcher. First pitch to Cox is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. That's not true, but he was the position player that pitched on Monday night.
I was going to say, very true. We saw it.
You can say that he's a pitcher. He has pitched in the big leagues. One and nothing here on Cox. Woodford looks in. And the pitch is in there with a sweeper for strike one. It is 1-1. Adames in the on deck circle. 12-6 San Francisco. Runner at second and one away. And the 1-1 pitch. This one is popped up into shallow right. Coming in is Frelick. Lazily running underneath if it makes the catch. No tag from Kennedy. He stays put at second. There are 2 away. And that will get Adames to the plate. Giants jumped out in front early in this one. Brewers tried to make it interesting. They got the 2-run home run from Churio in the 5th. That made it a 6-3 game. The next batter, Bryce Turang, doubled, and you thought, here we go. Chance for the Brewers to have a dramatic Thursday afternoon comeback. First pitch to Adames is hit off the end of the bat, foul back behind home plate. It's 0-1. But unfortunately not to be today. Big 7th inning for San Francisco right now stands out. A 6-run 7th. That's the difference in the game now. A 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Went after a sweeper down and away. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Willie. Willie with 2 hits today. He swung it well against his former club, specifically in this ballpark over the last couple of years. Woodford out of the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. And he checked on a sweeper down and away. They appealed to first. He did not go, says Ramon de Jesus. And it's 1-2. Woodford up over 50 pitches now. 52 pitches so far for Jake Woodford. The pitch missed inside. It is 2-2. Adames climbs back into the box. Woodford looks in. And the pitch. Down in the dirt with that splitter. And it is full now. 3-2 on Adames. You've got Kennedy standing at second base. He's the pinch runner for Devers, who doubled off the wall in right center. Woodford trying to put up a 0 here. He's given up 4 runs over his 2 2/3 so far today. One of those rare days where the Brewers pitching did not deliver. They've been so lights out over the course of this season. 3-2 pitch, a breaking ball, and it's a fair ball. Backhanded by Rengifo behind the back. Long throw to first. In time. Oh, my goodness. What a play by Luis Rengifo. Kind of a sinking liner. He picked it on a short hop with a backhand. He was in foul territory by the time he got to his feet, and he skipped it over on one hop to a stretching Vaughn. That is quite a play by Luis Rengifo. The inning is over. We go to the bottom of the ninth.
Was filthy.
We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Jackson Churio to lead things off for the Crew. Wilkin Ramos takes over on the mound for San Francisco. Casey Schmidt moves to first base. Kennedy stays in the game. He's the second baseman. 12-6 Giants. 12 runs on 20 hits today for San Francisco. First pitch swinging for Churio. It's a ground ball behind the bag at third. Chapman long throw across, not in time. Churio beat it out. Casey Schmidt points into the dugout and says to check it. He was easily safe. That wasn't that close. Good play by Chapman, but Jackson just too fast. Ground ball behind the bag at third. Called fair, and Churio with a 3-hit day. He's been on base 4 times for Jackson Churio. And now here's Gary Sanchez. Ramos brings home the pitch, and Sanchez takes high. It's 1-0. Brewers trailing 12-6 in the bottom of the ninth inning. Get a couple guys on and try to score some runs. Might as well play the game while you still have some life. Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Brewers heading to Colorado at the conclusion of the game. Ramos kicks and delivers the 1-1, and that is a strike on the outside edge. It's 1-2. Baseball and Usinger bratwurst. Nothing better. Unless it's a Usinger brat served with Pine River cheese spreads like the spicy beer and chased with a giant bowl of Cedar Crest sea salt caramel ice cream. Oh, that is Wisconsin. That is summer. And that's for me. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sanchez. Ramos the pitch. Breaking ball, check swing, foul up the first base line. And it's 1-2. Got a hanging curveball. It's not what he was looking for. But he recognized it was going to be a strike, so he just got a piece of it to foul it off and stay alive. 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball back up the middle into center field. It's a base hit for Gary Sanchez. So the first 2 have reached against Ramos. 2 on for Joey Ortiz. You get Joey on board and it starts to get a little tense if you're the Giants. Wheels start to turn a little bit, at least in that dugout. Ortiz popped up to short back in the 7th. 0 for 1 today. Ramos first offering. Way outside. It's 1-0.
Well, you can't erase it, but right now, other than that 6-run 7th inning, this game is even.
Absolutely.
We're really good at math in this booth.
It's one of our strengths. We've established that for sure. 1-0 pitch. And Joey took a strike. It's 1-1. Base runners are your friends right now if you're the Brewers. That took math to figure that out, too. Just keep trying to get that next guy to the plate. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Sinker at 95 ran down and in. Joey came up empty. It's 1-2. 2 on, nobody out here. Bottom of the 9th inning. Giants with a 12-6 lead. Quiet in both bullpens right now. 1-2 pitch is a bouncing ball just foul up the first baseline. Boy, if that's maybe a foot to the left, it's a fair ball and it's extra bases. But just went foul before it got to the first base bag. Caleb Killian is getting loose now in the San Francisco bullpen. Joey trying to shoot that thing up the first baseline. Still alive though, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramos pitch, missed up and in, it's 2-2. Perkins in the on-deck circle. Vaughn to follow him. Brewers trying to put together a big crooked inning here in the 9th. Make this thing interesting. 2-2 pitch. That's outside, and the count is full. It is 3-2. Missed with a breaking ball away. And a walk is as good as anything right now if you're Joey Ortiz. Your job is to get to first base. Joey takes his time, gets back into the box. Ramos. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled back into the net. And he stays alive. Remember, this is just Ramos' 2nd career appearance in the big leagues. Pitched earlier in this series, made his debut. So this is a young pitcher. Three balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And swung on and fouled back. And Joey putting together a really good at bat right now. If the Brewers can put together a little inning here, Josh, you'll think back to the Drew Gilbert home run robbery, I think, too, as another one of those missed opportunities.
That'd be 2 more on the board.
3-2 pitch. He's up and away. Walked him, and the bases are loaded. Bases full of Brewers. An ortho ASAP walk. And things get a little tense in that Giants dugout. Now you'd have the tying run in the hole if you're the Brewers. And still nobody out in the inning as Blake Perkins will come to the plate for Milwaukee. Brewers have emptied their bench. Justin Message out there for a quick Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to talk things over with Ramos. Very quick message delivered, and on his way back into the dugout now. Trips to the mound brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. Well, you get into one now, and the Brewers will have to get somebody up in their bullpen at that point, just in case. First offering to Perkins is a little bit low. It's 1-0. Perkins hitting from the left side against Ramos. That one didn't miss by much. Might have been a strike if they challenged it. Giants have both their ABS challenges remaining. The 1-0 pitch, that missed outside, 2-0. So a good count for Perkins to go a-ripping. But again, base runners are your friends. It's got to be perfect. 2-0. That's up and away. It is 3 balls and no strikes on Blake. And you're definitely taking one now if you're Perkins. There is no doubt about that. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, took a strike. Caught the inside edge. And it's 3-1. You can still be pretty choosy if you're Blake. The pitch. That missed outside. Ooh, a called strike, and the Brewers don't have any challenges. It might have been a strike. That's really close. That would have been worth the challenge if you had one left if you're the Brewers. Count is full. It is 3-2. Ramos brings home the pitch, and he checked on a pitch that missed inside. He walked him. A bases loaded walk. It is 12-7. And Andrew Vaughn coming to the plate for the Crew, and that is going to be it for Wilkin Ramos. There is still nobody out in this inning. Things are getting interesting in Milwaukee here in the 9th inning. Tony Vitello is out of the dugout. That is going to be it for Ramos. Caleb Killian is coming into this game. It is a North Shore adult diapers pitching change. Boy, the Brewers would like to wreck up this game and wreck up this inning against the San Francisco.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Where are you from? Chicago. Chicago.
1 ball, 1 strike to Listad. He lines one into left field. That's going to drop in front of Bo Jackson. Nielsen around third, coming to the plate. Good throw! And Bo throws him out.
What the oh my mind, what the wow, that Bo Jackson the bound and hit him with the arm. Man, I'm impressed, and I'm not usually impressed that much.
Van Poppel starts his motion, stumbles, the ball gets away, and the runners move up. I think there's going to be a full moon tonight.
Green gives a great effort, goes back, leaps straight up above. Boy, a strange play right there. Hunter at the wall, jumping, and it's out of here! Hunter had the ball, Gary, and his glove fell over the wall. Ground ball snapped to the mound. Boston throws to the plate. He thought the bases were loaded.
How do you like that? How do you like that?
Will it be on SportsCenter tonight? Bank on it.
Guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Well, why not? If you're the Brewers, you get the bases loaded, one already in. You trail by 5. It is 12-7 San Francisco. Andrew Vaughn is the batter. Caleb Killian takes over on the mound for the Giants. First offering to Vaughn. And right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Vaughn was robbed of a home run back in the 7th inning, and that feels really big right now. It would have been a 2-run shot for Vaughn. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a miss at a sinker at 94. It's 0-2. As it stands, the Brewers have the tying run in the on-deck circle. Who would have thought that was going to happen?
It's crazy. This is a safe situation.
Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes on Vaughn. Killian now steps off and uses a disengagement. That'll reset the pitch clock.
When it was 12-3, you thought no chance anybody would be getting a save today.
Oh, 2 pitch to Vaughn is high. It's 1-2. Perkins worked a bases loaded walk. He stands at first. Ortiz is at second. Sanchez is at third. Bases are full of Brewers here. 1-2 pitch, down and away, and a good backhanded pick by Haas. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This has been one of those games. We called it from the beginning. It felt like a wild day. One of those games where it never felt too comfortable until it's in the books. And now time is called by Haas, and that'll be the second disengagement used by the Giants. Not that that makes a huge difference when the bases are loaded, but for clerical purposes, 2-2 here on Vaughn. Killian brings home the pitch, and a swing and a miss. He got him with a good curveball down and away. Vaughn is the first out of the inning. That'll get Frelick to the plate for the Crew. You'd love to find some way to get the top of the order to the plate here. If you do that, that means you got a real shot. Still a lot of work to do, trailing by 5 runs, 12-7, but the bases are loaded, 1 out. Frelick has a hit today. He's 1 for 4. Has 5 hits in this series. Killian brings home the pitch, and Sal swung on it and fouled it straight back. It was a fastball elevated at 97. Sal took a good rip. Brewers trying to make it interesting here in this 9th inning. 7 runs on 10 hits today for the Brewers. 12 runs on 20 hits. There's been 30 hits in this game. 0-1 swung on and fouled straight back into the net, and it's 0-2. 12 runs on 20 hits for the Giants. 30 hits in this game. I think this qualifies as slugfest. Sal trying to at least pass the baton here to Rengifo. 0-2 pitch is down low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Sal trying to get himself back into this count. Just the 1 out in the inning. The first 4 reached, all against Ramos. Killian came in and struck out Vaughn. Here's the 1-2 and a breaking ball, ground ball right side, backhanded by Schmidt. He goes to second for 1. Adames takes that throw. Sanchez down the line to score. That's a nice play by Schmidt. That ball looked like it might have eyes and get through on the right side of the infield off the bat of Frelick, who hit it hard. But Schmidt got it with a backhanded pick and threw to second to take care of Perkins. So now the Brewers have runners on the corners, and Rengifo coming to the plate. It is a 12-8 ball game. That also means that the tying run stays in the on-deck circle for Milwaukee. So here's Rengifo with 2 outs. Killian's first pitch is a chopper, but foul up the first baseline. It's 0-1. So give Frelick an RBI on the fielder's choice. And then 3-6 on the putout of Perkins at second base. No balls and 1 strike on Rengifo. Killian brings home the pitch. There goes the runner. It's a liner into left. It's going to get down for a base hit. Ortiz will score from third. Stopping at second is Frelick, and that will get the tying run to the plate for Milwaukee. It is 12-9 San Francisco. How about this? Rengifo with his first hit of the day, an RBI single into left. And David Hamilton is the tying run. He has homered in this game in his last at bat back in the 8th inning. Killian looks in, and the pitch down and in. Good backhanded pick by Haas. It's 1-0. That almost hit Hamilton. Could you imagine if that hit him and it got Yelich to the plate with the bases loaded? Brewers trailing by 3 runs in a game that has had everything in it. Killian's 1-0 pitch is a fly ball to center. It's hit well. Cox is back. Cox at the track, at the wall. He makes the catch. A step in front of the wall to end this game. David Hamilton gave it a ride to dead center, and Cox got back there and made the catch maybe 1 step shy of the wall. And San Francisco, in what can only be described as survives this game here this afternoon. 12-9 your final. We're back to tell you about it after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you.
Looking for the perfect place for your summer birthday party, work outing, or anniversary party? Make it a Brewers group outing. From premium spaces to tailgate areas, the crew makes the best host. Get started at brewers.com/groups.
Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
On the baseball field, the skilled players get paid the most.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, no, this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in